The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present Horror on the Orient Express, a luxury campaign spanning the European continent, with David Larkins as the keeper of arcane lore.
Hop on the train.
All right.
Where we are now.
So
We kind of killed the guy.
character sheets up there.
Wait.
Oh.
More. I have mine here.
You got
Oh,
Do you have
okay.
yours?
I was reading over
There you go.
our adventure from the pre-flashback.
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So,
And so,
these are the. These
but we're
And then
still
Jen
in
will-
flashback.
Yeah, still in flashback.
Worth and Barrington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yep. Worth and Barrington here. Hand me.
And Renae, you saw the French doctor, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I have George Banks, the
And,
scrappy
He,
guy.
yeah.
Gentle
he has a French passport. Or is this
Oh, that's for your. I think
for
that's
Lady
for-
Cynthia's?
I think it's for Lady Cynthia.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
super sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Jen's character died
Yeah.
last time, so
She picked the adventurous, right?
I don't know. I have a pile here for her to sort through when she gets here.
All right.
So it's just a micro group this week.
If she's not here by 4, all bets are off.
That's right.
Okay. Just stack it up.
That's right. Okay. So
Malia?
yep. So we left off with you guys having just bloodily dispatched Mr. Mencalf and
The mesmerist.
the mesmerist,
Yeah.
Mencalf the mesmerist.
The Jack, he was a jerk too. He was mean.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also dispatched that poor young man in the car.
That's
It
right.
was better this way. It was better that he died, I think.
But you did assure these
But her, his fiance.
his wife actually,
Mhm.
newlywed.
She's still there too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, she's alive.
She's
Yeah, I
alive.
think so.
She's alive. Yep.
All right.
Because Prof. Suroff
Yeah.
saved her.
Looked to her and.
So, let's see. I'm just reminding myself where you guys are. Okay, so, all right. So basically,
Why are you laughing?
as I rub my temples,
Yeah.
basically we left off with Captain Barrington having just emptied Mencalf's guts all over the passageway of this carriage.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so
And was the valet around?
Those guys, his goons.
No, the guy who actually works on the train.
Henri.
Henri.
Henri,
That's right,
the
Henri.
hello, Henri is here.
Oh, good.
See all this happen?
He didn't see it, but I believe he did come running in.
Okay.
Yeah,
When he heard the splatter or the gunshot, one or the other.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sloshing sound.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to be confused.
yes.
Yeah.
So the cleanup then is in order.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's,
Clean up messes.
huh?
He likes to clean up messes.
Yeah, sure. So there's a lot of commotion, obviously. A lot of sort of.
Well, and then Dr. Portal, or what was his name?
Dr. Portal.
I don't know.
I don't know. I tossed his character sheet in the trash.
Serious?
Yes. Hold on, I got it here. Dr. Polat.
Palat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Dr.
Dr.
Polat
Palat had jumped out the window.
jumped out the window and fallen under the wheels.
Under the wheels of the
So he's
train.
no more.
Right.
So, so essentially, the train is brought to a halt while all this is sorted.
Well, I wish we had a
Okay.
screeching sound, like a.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. And so basically, yeah, the sort of long and short of it is that Captain Barrington is clapped in irons
Oh, no.
and put in the brig.
Oh, don't worry, sir. I'll make sure that your name is cleared of this horrible deed.
Yeah, I know a lawyer.
I know someone who can get you off. No, okay. Don't worry, sir. So I'm like talking to him as he's getting processed.
Yeah, as he's getting taken away.
Yeah.
The staff on board the train go about clearing the body away.
Oh my God.
You'll recall that
Scrubbing them off. And
you'll recall that Menkaf's goons sort of scattered
Yeah.
as soon as that happened.
Yeah.
So there's no trace of them.
Yeah, so
But
it
they're
seemed like they
still
were
on
under a spell of some sort, right? Or
Well, a couple of them had fezzes on.
yeah.
They seemed to be something was acting on them. Yeah.
Okay.
So, so maybe a spell lifted, but then also, where are they? Like,
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Uh-huh.
The train has stopped, so they could have run away.
Yeah, maybe.
The opportunity to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why don't I have both you make spot hidden rolls?
Okay. I make it.
Excellent.
I do not.
Okay.
96.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're very wrapped up with tending to the newly widowed,
Oh,
newlywed.
She doesn't know that yet.
No, she doesn't.
know.
No, she doesn't.
The newlywed.
But young Master Banks, as they're clearing Menkaf's body out of the way,
Yeah.
the guy's torso is blown open by the shotgun. So you see that there's this little slip of paper that was kind of blown out when he was shot, as if it was maybe inside his shirt.
Okay.
And it went flying.
Okay.
Sort of
And then
fluttered to
nab
the
it?
ground, and he nabbed it. So it's something written in Turkish. So.
Unfortunately, Dr. What?
Oh, Polat?
Polat?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to pocket it.
Okay. All right. So,
Damn it.
It won't be hard to find someone.
No, well, I'm sure we'll find someone.
Yeah.
Just reminds me of our loss.
yes, I believe Professor Worth. No Turkish? Yes, he does.
Oh.
So once
Oh,
Professor Worth comes back online,
Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love talking to me.
well, you're kind of a project of his, right?
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
kind of doesn't. I'm not his son.
Oh, that's right.
Thing.
Daddy, can you translate this for me, please?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
God. All right. So, Turkish.
Turkish.
Pocket it,
Okay.
and hopefully no one else saw me do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey-o.
Hey!
Wow, he made that in record time.
wow.
Birthday.
Happy birthday. I'm going to pause the recording.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Amelia Meadowcroft, 27 years old, adventuress. The daughter of noted explorer Sir Meredith Meadowcroft. I grew up in a highly unconventional setting, moving around the world and living an adventurous life usually denied women of her era.
Nice.
I have private income and I am well placed socially.
Ooh.
Private income?
Yes. I have now passed up 2 eligible bachelors in London.
Oh.
Ha
Whoa. Whoa.
For fear that marrying would tie me to a life of conformity. These refusals have focused social pressure on me to come up with some appropriate solution. So my solution is to depart for foreign climes.
Yeah. Well, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's my
solution.
I met Professor Smith in Bulgaria, and I got him out of a tight place once.
Oh.
I knew Barrington.
Uh-oh.
There was a suggestion of maybe something between us, but
Just a suggestion.
just a suggestion.
Who knows? It's not, yeah, no. It's
The merest
little
suggestion.
Rumors and gossip.
Exactly. Unfounded
Yeah,
claims.
exactly.
Familiarity.
Ridiculous.
I have 2 Colt revolvers, 2 45s.
Wow.
Okay.
So you got me in the shell of a nut.
All right. So yeah, so I'm George Bikes.
Oh, that's right.
I'm this scrappy,
Plucky.
young man from London underclass who, while bright, has drifted into criminal life. I work chiefly as a snakesman, wriggling and prying my way into locked places to let in tougher gang members to ransack homes. I'm very resourceful. I have a gift of the gab, but nobody could mistake me for anything than a grown-up street urchin.
Yeah.
But that can be attractive to some people.
Some people.
George once burgled Professor Smith, and the professor kindly left him off, provided he would better himself, which I've been trying to do. And then, George, I helped Professor Worth when the professor thought he was being cheated by a fellow academic.
Okay.
So then I was introduced to Smith, and Worth also wants to see me better myself, and then some rumor suggests that I'm Professor Worth's illegitimate son. I know nothing of my parents since I was abandoned as a baby. That's me. That's George. Alright, but remind me of Dr. Syrah.
Yes. Dr. Syrah, MD.
What's your How are you connected to the... Oh, what's
Jean-Louis.
Jean-Louis.
And I will...
It's around there somewhere. Oh, there you go.
Oh, this is Worth. Your, not your dad.
Yeah, not my daddy.
Yeah.
not daddy. Wait, is this it here?
That
Could be it.
Ah, yes. Yep. So I spent time in the East,
Alright.
especially Egypt, before coming to England, but I didn't pick up any other languages.
Fancy that.
Yeah, practiced medicine at a teaching hospital by the name of St. Bartholomew. I'm a member of the Oriental Club, and that's where I've met a lot of other fellows here on the on our little trip here.
Okay.
And as a member of good standing, I'm pretty close to Professor Smith, and I helped treat him when he came down with an unusual malady. Picked up in the East.
He was in a tight spot, and he picked up an
Unusual malady.
Yeah.
I think we know what that is.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Some type of space syphilis or
Space syphilis. Spiphilus.
there's no treatment.
There is no cure. The cooler, do you guys want it on or off? Is it too cold in here?
Are you
fine.
You're good? Eventually. Please speak
All right.
up though if it's too much.
Yeah.
We might
So-
be on the edge of getting to be too much.
Okay.
All right. Mainly anticipating as we're talking and jabbing and exuding body heat.
Right, exactly.
Yes. But just please let me know.
Okay.
And then, do you want to explain your headphones really quick?
I've got monitor headphones on.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like the final configuration.
Almost final. I still need that one last piece.
Right. Just to make it
Son of a
optimum.
bitch. All right. So anyway,
All right.
hey, does Amelia have Turkish? I'm wondering.
I have French and German.
French and German. So nobody speaks Turkish.
Damn
This is
it.
going to be
My
tricky.
last character
Oh,
is
yeah,
Turkish.
he
You're
gets
quite dead.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
I could have a phrase book.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Phrase book hijinks.
I think so. I think phrasebook hijinks are good.
Common words, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Phrasebook hijinks. That sounds like a person's name. All right. So
Facebook hijinks the second. Junior.
okay. So
All right.
so anyway, the train has been stopped. Captain Barrington.
Did it come to a halt, screeching halt when the gun went off? Or
No, Henri
They
pulled the stop cord.
Oh, that's right. They
Yeah.
had those.
When
Yeah.
they discovered the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He just, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they came
The emergency
clamoring with
cord
the
or
commotion.
whatever.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency cord.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna stop. I found a slip of paper that popped out of the mesmerist's vest
Uh-huh.
when he got killed.
When he was blown open by the shotgun,
Yeah.
the paper went fluttering out.
Fluttering,
yeah.
so I nabbed it. It's in Turkish.
Oh.
So that's why it's like I don't know what it is. So I pocketed it.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Now what?
So Professor Worth is also arrested as an accessory since he was in the same room as Barrington
Nice.
when the shotgun went off.
Maybe if you claimed me, I might.
I'd be able to vouch for you, but I can't.
So we've got Dr. Sirach with our widow.
Yes.
Or, no, she doesn't know she's a widow.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, our newlywed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's bad. It is awkward.
yeah. Well, so she wants to go back to her cabin, though, to check on
Right.
her husband.
She
No.
would.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
All is well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, my dear, I need to talk to you for just a minute.
Well, were you in on the conspiracy that he was going to kill?
I don't think so. I did it at the last minute.
Yeah, so you don't know either.
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, no, nobody knows except me.
And you got the book or you didn't get the book?
get the
You
book.
did get the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Pocket it.
I
Uh-huh.
do remember that.
Lots
I
of
got-
pocketing going
I got the
on.
book.
Yeah.
It's like a Harry Potter
him,
novel.
And then I GTFO, and then the
Right.
shadows started
You stabbed him
following.
in the chest, right?
Was it in the neck?
Was it
I think it was in the heart. Didn't you stab him in the heart?
Yeah, it was in the heart.
With your
You're right,
switchblade?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then ran out of there.
Cold-blooded man.
Awesome.
Well, it put him out of his misery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous.
It was bad.
Did I call for a sand roll on that?
He was a fez manufacturer. No. He turned into a fez factory.
Exactly.
Do you want me to roll sand?
Let's
To think about
have you
that
roll
guy?
sand just to see how you rationalized killing somebody in your mind.
4. I don't give a fuck. No, it's like
Well, more like you're like
It's like
is putting him out of his misery.
putting him out of his
Yeah.
misery.
Yeah.
It was the merciful thing to do.
Mhm.
However, and I might have killed other people in the past.
Oh wow! But you're
But-
just a snake man.
I had to prove myself somehow.
Okay.
You don't just get to be a snake.
No, you can't just
Yeah.
be the snake dude. And plus, if I go into the house and then there's people there, or there's
Yeah.
some things there that
Yeah.
people saw, so I mean, I may or may not have done certain things.
Okay.
But he seemed like he was suffering, so
Also, usually the snake men did start when they were like boys
yeah.
because they could go in through very narrow
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
places.
All right. So
Anyway,
I'm
so
feeling guilty, but
Dr. Sirach, you take. Now, I think I might have been calling her something else last session, but it's Mrs. Myers.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I think you were calling her.
Was I calling her Mrs. Myers?
So.
Okay. I can't remember if I got the name
I
wrong.
don't remember.
And so you take Mrs. Myers to the next.
Evans? No.
I might have been saying something
No.
else. I don't know. I was operating on very little sleep last week, so.
Nobody guessed.
What's your excuse this week?
Whoa. So you take Mrs. Myers to the next coach, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so the door is like wide open.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah. And so.
Yeah. So I told her whatever. I will try to diagnose him,
Mhm.
and whatever may be
Yes.
ailing him, I'm going to do my best.
So he's lying there, he's lying there on the bed. The fez has dropped off and is lying on the floor. And at first she's like, oh, thank God. Thank God the fez is off his head.
Oh yeah. As the doctor goes running in.
And then,
Yeah.
in your medical opinion, he is no longer alive.
Yes.
So-
My professional opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see you see right away the blood stain on his chest and the pallor and everything. So,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
yeah.
Yeah. So I will rush to get her away from the scene.
No, what's going on? Ah!
I'm so sorry.
So Amelia, in
Yes.
your cabin, you
Yes.
have noticed that the train has stopped,
Uh-huh.
and then you hear this blood-curdling scream from like 2 cabins down.
So I'll bust open the door. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's going on out here?
So you see this woman, she's, I don't know, being consoled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Take my kerchief.
Okay, good. Good. It's a good thing you did that, because I didn't know what your intentions were till you did the kerchief.
Oh, okay.
Are you the problem?
Yeah, I see.
No.
Guess Renee's playing Professor Worth after all.
Doctor, what's going on?
Oh, this poor woman's fiance has passed away.
Husband.
There, my dear.
Yes, there.
Mashahi.
Yeah.
Oh my! I want to go look. I'm gonna go walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a young man on the bed. He's been stabbed in the chest. He has like this weird raw indentation
Right.
around his head.
Right.
There's a fez on the ground.
Nobody touched the knife. You must
There's no
discover-
knife. I took the knife.
Oh.
I took my knife. It's my knife.
Oh, that's
You're not
mine.
there though, are you?
Oh, that's my
You
knife. No, but I hear the scream.
Okay.
From the coach.
Yeah.
And I'm just
You
like.
probably guess.
So Henri comes rushing in at this point. You know, mon Dieu.
Yeah.
Oh, how tragic! It has happened again.
Again.
There was a
Yeah.
there was a shooting on the other carriage.
Oh no.
Yeah, people keep getting stabbed on the on this train. It is terrible.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm standing. So I'm kind of just. I'm still at the scene, right? Like.
Mhm.
like
Are you?
Yeah. I'm just.
No, if you want to be.
Well,
Yeah, everybody's
I'm
here.
not gonna.
Ooh, interesting dilemma.
I think I'm gonna go. It would be weird if I wasn't with. Well, nobody knows we're all together. I'm just gonna go. I mean, it's okay. So does Henri have other people, like other like kind of like valets or
Yeah.
people like, okay, move away from this area. This
Yeah.
is not for you to be
Yeah,
part of.
close it off
Okay,
and
so
all
I'm
that.
gonna just listen to them and I'm gonna go to my car.
Your cabin.
Bunk, whatever.
Yeah.
Cabin. Car. Sorry, I have a whole car for myself.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, exactly.
And who do we share cars with? You share with
I was sharing.
We had the notes there.
Oh yeah, I was
Okay.
sharing.
Oh,
with-
yeah, that's right.
I was with.
Okay.
I was with Worth and Barrington.
You got all these.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep. You're not sleeping outside the door in the hallway anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
I was saying to Desiree that this little scenario is a good dry run, just in terms of like getting familiar with what we need to know. Like once the main campaign moves onto the train, you know, like where people are, you know, what to pay attention to, what details matter, and that kind of thing.
Right,
It's a
yeah.
little. Yeah, it's a little dry run.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have a cabin all to yourself. So you head back to that.
I might want to entertain a bird.
Oh.
Ooh, oh yeah, that Scottish anthropologist you were chatting up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or whoever else. Somebody else maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
I will take a flask from my garter and offer it to the
Oh.
ailing. I don't know. She's what would you call her? A widow? I guess.
Widow now, yeah,
That's so
yeah,
sad.
newly widow.
Try
Yeah.
and bring her around.
Yeah. I guess we would take her into, I'll take her into my car.
Mm-hmm. Your cabin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just leave her to herself. Have a moment.
Poor
Okay.
thing.
Okay, and Amelia, you're comforting her as well.
Yeah, I guess I would.
Oh, okay. So she begins to talk about. She kind of begins to share with you, Amelia, the details of the sad fate that befell her now late husband and this strange Fez cult.
Yeah.
You know.
That's very bizarre.
Yes,
It's almost unbelievable.
almost.
Incredible. Astonishing.
And of course, Banks, you've got the book,
I do.
The Whispering Fez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whispering Fez. I don't know what to do with this book, so
How well do you read? Just
I don't probably.
Well, you're not illiterate.
No, well,
What's your?
I don't really have any.
You actually have a pretty high knowledge, don't you?
Well, that's not the
yes,
same.
but that's like street knowledge.
Sure, but your English language is the same
Oh.
as your knowledge.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about-
60. So I could attempt to
Decent.
read it.
All right.
You don't read the Times, but
Yeah.
you can read a Penny Dreadful or two.
That's pretty exciting. It's the nuns-
Oh, I made it on a
Made it.
hard success.
All right.
Oh, what are you reading?
Those
book,
were fed.
you-
Oh, the book.
Yeah.
That's that. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention it's in Persian.
Oh my
So-
God! No.
So
you're
wait a
kidding.
minute. I'm
You're
feeling like I was strung
Kidding.
along here. I was like strung along.
The
Like,
struggle
you
is
read this
real.
book,
Well, we were establishing whether you were illiterate or not. So you're literate, so you're able to tell that it is not in English.
This is in English, is it? So I'm gonna just be like, shrug. I'm gonna hold on to it though.
Anyway,
because I'm
so
gonna
so
look.
3/4 of it are in Persian, and then as you're flipping through it, like the last quarter looks to be like kind of some of those hieroglyphics you've seen at like museum exhibits that you've been to and
Wow.
popular attractions of that nature.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you've been to Egypt and
Yes.
stuff, so I think I'm gonna, as soon as things die down a little bit, I'm going to go.
Don't say
I'm
die.
gonna hang out with the doc and just check in, because Worth and Barrington are no longer viable options for knowledge
Right.
stuff.
They are in the brig.
Yes. Can we try to break them out?
Oh, let's not get into that.
All right.
I once spent like an hour and a half in a Call of Cthulhu scenario with one character who's trying to rob a hotel vault for basically no reason.
Oh,
I wasn't running the game though. I had no say in it.
no. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So you're
Hour
all,
and a half, you say?
huh?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Oh,
It was terrible.
yeah, that's no fun for anybody.
Who's
Teenage
running that
gaming,
game? Who's-
Alex.
Oh, well. I love him.
Yeah. Anyways,
Heart.
oh bless his heart.
That's how you get to be
Yeah.
the great GM.
That's right. You have
All
to
of this.
That's
Still
true.
avoiding it.
That's
through
true.
the fire and the flame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chaka Khan, one of the greatest GMs of all time. All right, so so you're all together in Dr. Sirach's cabin.
I'll go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I found this book.
So it's Amelia, Mrs. Myers, Dr. Sirach, and now George entering. So there's four's a crowd.
A little close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a little
very
close.
tight
Yeah.
quarters.
Well, the beds are up. It's daytime.
Okay.
So
Kind of-
All right,
still
but
kind of
still.
tight, yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
All right. But
So I'm
nobody
gonna
else.
doff my cap to you. I'm George Banks. Pleasure to meet you. What is your name, my lady?
Oh, hello. I'm Amelia Meadowcroft.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh. I have no clue
Yeah.
that you're dangerous.
Yeah. No, I'm 20 years old. Very charming.
Oh, you're
Very
older than I thought.
Eddie Haskell enters the cabin.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
20, you're a man.
Yeah. Oh, I am all man. I don't know. Just saying it. Yeah. No, I'm a guy.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay.
Young
And
man.
how old are you?
I'm 27.
Yes.
7. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we're all in this cabin. So I give the book to
Yeah.
the doc.
And would the doctor recognize the significance of it immediately, or would it just?
Let's see here. So
He's an Orientalist.
Is the
Okay.
Whispering Fez in
So basically, where this came from was you'll recall that Banks, no, not Banks, Professor Worth had this kind of insight, right? Remember that he rolled a 0-1 on his
yeah.
POW
Yeah,
roll, I
he
believe
had
it was, or
epiphany.
That was
something like that. So he had an epiphany, and so he'd received this vision of the book. So in terms of recognizing significance, you don't really, I mean, I don't think Professor Worth even really knew what the
Yeah.
significance was. It was just, there is this book that they have, and then you had sussed out that it was probably going to be in that cabin, and it was guarded by some sort of shadow creature.
Yes.
And that's kind of where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So,
And so, do we know the title, or is it in Persian also?
Yeah.
well, it would be in Persian, but, Worth had said that it's called the Whispering Fez.
Oh, okay.
So we know by
So you can-
mutation.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I guess there's a fez.
Right.
On the
Sure.
cover.
Yes, there's a Fez the Masquerade, and it's got a picture of a fez on it. And, yeah.
Smile.
Made out of the tassel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Designer.
Yeah. No.
But there's a Fez on the cover.
Yeah. No, there's not a fez on the cover.
Oh, there's
What
not.
about the first
I'm shooting it down.
page?
No, there's it's just red leather. It's a red leather bound book with gilt edges,
Okay.
and an extensive gilding throughout. Actually, it's
How old is the book again? I mean, not that the doctor would know, but.
oh no, yeah, no, you guesstimate it's probably was bound maybe about 100 years ago.
Okay, so
Just-
they still might have illustrations, like in the frontispiece, you know? How the
Exactly.
Sure.
That's the same in Persian and Fez is
That's what I'm
Fez,
thinking.
right?
It would
But if
be.
it's written in a.
Oh yeah.
Character,
Wrong kind of-
character.
Oh, actually, let me back that up a little bit. It's not red leather. It's red felt material, like of the same sort that's used to make fezzes. Is the binding.
Not
great.
durable.
No.
It's like not. It would be bald. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's in very good condition, but it's the same kind of strangely.
Does it
Yes.
have a black tassel bookmark?
Undoubtedly.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
But it's the same material that is making these other fezzes. Like, i.e., it looks like it was soaked in oil. It's got a slightly unclean
Blood.
aspect to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the essence of a human being.
Perhaps.
Oh God.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Gross.
And we have one of the fezzes locked in the box, right? I mean,
Yes.
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 You
Yeah.
do. Strongbox
Yes.
action.
All right.
We wanted to compare the material.
So perhaps
Yeah.
this book will be of some use to the doctor, but it looks, or to Professor Work, but he's in jail now. So.
Yeah.
But maybe you should hold on to it for safekeeping.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. I guess now's not the time to flip through it, right?
Oh, you can flip through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
we
it's
can
fine.
flip through it. Are there any illustrations?
No illustrations.
Maybe it
And
smells weird.
yeah, what does it smell like?
No smell.
Nasty?
No smell?
No smell.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm flipping through it and I make it to the back where the
The hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Any notes falling out?
No,
Any
no notes.
Daisy subscription card?
Yep. Tear away.
Anything in Latin
One has already been torn out.
Yeah. What a deal. The series.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Well, speaking of language, Amelia, if you have your phrase, you have your
I have
Turkish
my
phrase
phrase
book.
book.
So
I
go
have
ahead and
my
make a idea. Well, I guess a knowledge roll to use your phrase book.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see it.
Knowledge roll, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 88.
Oh, oops.
Well, maybe if I take it the other way. What if maybe if I turn the book around?
Yes.
Yeah, upside down. That
There you
makes sense.
Go for it.
Do,
Let's see.
do you wish to push your
I'm
knowledge
pushing
roll?
it. I think I've had this book upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Could be wrong.
Oh no.
82.
What?
However,
I'm telling you,
however,
dice are crazy.
I can spend some luck.
Ooh.
Yes, I will allow that. Although in future, it's an either or. You either spend luck or you push.
Oh.
I
So
thought we're in a kind of we got an exigency going on here. where we
Yeah.
don't have-
exactly, we're transitioning, so that's fine. Go ahead and spend some luck.
In the interests of
Nice.
the
Yes, exactly.
Situation moving
Yes,
forward.
extenuating circumstances justify extenuating table rulings.
all right.
Oh,
You hear that,
yeah.
listeners?
Yeah. Hear that?
Hold them to it in the future.
You better in the comments.
All right. So how much did you have
Ren Fair
to?
weekend.
How much did you have to spend?
25.
25.
Ren Fair weekend.
Goodness.
Is that correct? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
You're rolling 82.
15.
15. That's better.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right.
More beer. All right.
All right, so at first you're not sure what it says, but then you find a section in the back of your travel guide
Yeah.
that says that this is only for mature travelers
What?
to warn them not to go, like if they see a sign with certain words, to not go into that building.
Right. Right.
We're just
For your
doing this
own
as a
health.
public service for
Yeah.
your own health
Yes.
and sanitation.
Yeah.
Anyway, and you find the word that's kind of central to the phrase that was confusing you, which is harem.
Oh. What?
And this is the letter.
The boudoir book.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So do we all see?
Yes.
Her
Yes.
lunch?
My reaction.
Dear.
Oh my.
It says, all of the pleasures
Okay.
of all of the harems of all of the worlds shall be yours.
Oh.
Who's mine? Really? Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy,
I
Rick.
think I can handle it. Oh, I don't know, Rick.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rick. I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah. Wow.
So this was given to, what's his name?
Metcalf.
Metcalf?
Mencalf.
Mencalf.
Yeah.
Brian Metcalf.
Mencalf.
Yeah.
Mencalf.
Yeah, and so it's in fact it has, it's like kind of half stained with his blood.
Oh, thank God. I was worried there. For
His
2
blood.
seconds. Okay. All right, so there's a little blood splatter on it.
Yes.
Okay. And, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So someone promised him this.
It's quite a promise.
That is. That's a hell of a lot.
It's a tough one
He
to
didn't
actually
deserve it.
come
He
through,
was a
huh?
bit of a wanker.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
All right, and so the train begins to,
it's starting
belch
to
forth
begin.
with its steam valves, and,
Alright.
and the wheels spin and engage, and you are soon enough on your way again.
About what time of day would you say? Would you propose?
Oh, that's
It
good.
is. Let's see here. So you had passed Munich.
Right.
So it is just about noon, actually.
Alright, so I'm gonna head towards the dining car.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll follow you.
All right.
Yes.
George, would you join me?
Absolutely.
Let's have a cheese.
Yes, I agree.
And how about
So the doctor's going to try to find a very safe place to lock up this book.
Okay, you've got your
Now-
strong box with the fez in it if you want to.
Okay.
There's
I don't
room.
know if I want to store them together.
They might feed
They
out
begin to merge into each
I don't know
other.
what could happen.
How's that?
That's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Plus, why would you want them together? Because maybe working together, someone had both of the things.
Yeah.
They could use.
All
them
they'd have to do is steal the box.
Exactly. So if you want them in two different places.
Yeah, exactly.
So the strong box
So
is in my car.
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
cabin.
Yeah.
So if you want to just leave the book in your cabin,
Yeah.
that's fine too.
Just lock it up.
Yeah. Could I do that? Is there
Sure.
like a safe?
We'll see. Yeah.
They have a safe. They have a train safe that you can turn things into for them to keep.
No, wrong.
Of course, they're.
Oh.
Yes.
I might have just a locking doctor bag that might have medicines that I
Yeah.
can
Uh huh.
or
Class A
Yeah.
narcotics and that kind of thing. Yeah.
The good stuff.
yeah, the good stuff.
Cocaine.
Exactly. So maybe I'll keep the book with those.
Okay.
If it
Yeah.
seems like you could fit. And,
Yeah, it's probably a big valise. So yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Great. I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it with your cocaine
And I'll
stash.
think about.
No, that would be in the unlocked
Oh,
valise
yeah.
at this point.
Never mind. Never mind.
Oh.
One
And then I'll
sec.
rush over to join you two.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
We're gonna talk
all right.
about where we're going and
I'm a
Okay.
little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed that the doctor.
what has happened.
Oh, and Henri has kind of taken Mrs. Myers. You know, like he's seeing to her.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
All right.
taking her report and just also just
Yeah.
generally, making sure she's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm a
Exhort
little.
the
Next
missus.
time I see him, I want to ask where the henchman ran off to.
So right.
I don't know where the shadows went off to, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're doing lunch in the dining car. What are they serving? I don't have a feast table for this game. I'm sorry. They're serving porpoise and peas. How about that?
No.
You know what? It's quite good. I had some outside of Malta. You would be surprised.
Porpoise?
Really?
No. No.
Well, no. What's a porpoise?
Did you eat it on porpoise though? That's the question.
But
What is a porpoise?
The great big fish.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
That sounds good. It
Sounds tasty.
All right.
Right.
Well,
So-
basically, what they've got on the menu is the finest dishes and best French wines.
Okay.
There's a maître d'hôtel. Yes, it's a maître d'hôtel who presides over the car. As in the best restaurants, there are table lamps on every table. You know,
Oh, so nice.
and yeah, they actually have the 1890s equivalent of 3-star chefs working on each train.
Wow.
Yeah, it's it's basically like if you're in the chefing business and you want to work in hospitality,
Right.
working on the Orient Express is basically the equivalent of working at a major London or Paris hotel.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's just as good as far as a career move
Right.
goes.
Be quite a treat for you, huh?
Oh, this is unlike anything I've ever experienced
Yeah.
food-wise.
Yeah, they even have cooling rooms for the wine, so it's just the right temperature, and yeah.
Wow.
It'd be a treat for me.
Let's go.
I know. Why are we on this train right now?
I'll launch a Patreon and get them to raise funds
Yeah.
to send us on Orient Express.
We'll get a quarter of a ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
They did it, though. Didn't they do it? They got away with it. They
Yeah.
got it.
Well, yeah.
They get away with a lot of shit. Anyway.
Anyway.
That's it. So we're eating a
Yes,
delicious
we're-
meal.
Yeah, you got your five forks and your linen napkins.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how to do this.
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable.
Start
for
from the
me.
inside and work.
So.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So people are being very nice to me. This is very nice. All right, so we're gonna have our. Although a lot of crazy shit just went down.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
So
Brandy?
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Could we
talk
get a
like that.
brandy,
Get a brandy.
please?
A round.
Yeah.
A round of brandy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so
So two of our group are
Yes.
in the
in
break.
yeah.
There was some excitement yesterday.
Yeah.
I apparently missed some, so. Yeah.
Well, two of your group are in the clink, and one of your group apparently went out a window. So
Right.
So that doctor, he was a doctor,
doctor.
A historian.
historian.
Yes, doctor of history.
Yes,
Yes.
no, he was a good man. So let's do a little toast to him.
Yeah. That's,
Yes.
Just to commemorate his untimely passing.
Yes.
Passing. So, clink, clink.
Okay.
Yep.
Well said. I'll put my boot up on the.
Oh, what the hell? Wow. Ooh, yeah, no, she's special.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. All right. Well, I've seen. Yeah.
That wouldn't shock you, but still, in these
that's like,
circles.
oh.
Sure. Yeah, you get a few looks from the other diners
Nice.
for sure.
Good. That's
Which
cool.
they're so.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So how is the young lady doing?
oh, not well at all.
Oh dear.
Not well at all.
That's really bad business.
Quite a shock.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Walking on that.
Terrible business.
Yeah.
That Fez. Well, you saw that like monster that was in. So yeah, like we're talking about the monster in like London that we saw with the Fez. So
exactly.
I'm sure the same thing was happening to her husband.
Yeah.
Ooh, a monster. I can't wait to follow the trail of this.
Yeah.
Something
No.
just occurred to me.
What?
Did anyone actually collect the fez that was on his head? Or is it running around somewhere?
On little legs.
Yeah, like it.
I just have a feeling we shouldn't let those things fly around.
Did we? I forget.
Nobody
We
did.
did not.
The Fez
That's
fall.
late.
When did the Fez fall off his head?
When he died.
When he died,
And Chris
Yeah.
be in the room. Let's go.
Why didn't
Oh,
I?
okay.
because you were being chased by a shadow that was trying to strangle you.
Oh, that's right.
You basically just had enough time to grab the book.
Basically.
There's a constable on the train, right? They're probably investigating the room and all of that. You think we
Yeah.
could
Quite
go
right.
without looking suspicious? You know?
Well, you
We
can
can
ask
try.
them.
We can try.
We could just
Yeah, we can ask them if they uncovered a Fez.
Did anyone turn up a fez? Because it's mine.
No, it was.
Yes.
No.
You see, you have
Perfect.
it. You've cracked the
Perfect.
case.
Perfect.
Good job.
Okay.
Yes.
One more shot of brandy and let's go.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go harass the cops.
Yeah, we're gonna go tromp over to the crime scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Which
do.
they love. They love when that happens.
Okay.
Yeah, they love it.
They love to
for
be
us, then.
distracted from their careful work.
Yeah.
My bossy dope.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what do you think?
What's going on?
Yeah.
My dad was one of those.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
He would
Oh,
drive to look for.
No, I thought you were gonna say crime scene technician. You mean the other guy?
No, the one who always walks up and he wants to know what they're doing.
Hey, what's happening over here?
That's like my
Whenever he
brother
saw
went to
ambulance or
the.
anything, he would just pull over, fire truck. Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh my
And when they're
God.
Trying to.
Save a
Jesus.
life.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Or expose some type of mystery. Okay.
That's like my brother went to the crime scene of the O.J. Simpson killings.
He did?
Yeah,
Whoa.
the Simpson killings.
Right, yeah.
And and snipped off a bit of crime scene tape as a souvenir.
Oh, where is it now?
I don't know, but it's just a piece of crime scene tape. It could be from anywhere, you know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it just has the provenance.
But yeah,
What
you
the
can sign an
heck?
affidavit.
Notarized, you're good.
There you go. You got
Yeah.
yourself a murder.
Gotta.
Murder tape.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Oh,
we're gonna
that's
go.
true.
We're
That's
gonna
good
bug the
stuff.
coppers.
All right.
Well, maybe there's another way to get in the room too. Maybe is there a connecting
It's
door?
just is it a suite like adjoining?
It's a single. It's not a double. It's a single.
Okay, so there's no way to connect. No.
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 You say no.
Yeah. Not really.
One
No.
way in, one way out.
Yeah. Well, unless you climb out on the outside and come in through
Yeah,
the
I thought
window.
that.
What?
That's right out. That's right out.
No,
harder
we're
than
not
me.
doing that.
No.
Yeah, my sneaking skills. It's a bit much. All right.
Okay, so all right, so basically you head back to that carriage, and well, you don't see any like police officers. They don't really have security on the train.
Right.
Well, who's
But-
investigating this crime?
Well, basically they've just posted somebody at the door, and then there are like 3 guys, sort of inside the cabin.
3 inside?
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, 1 outside.
and 1 outside. Yeah,
Okay.
We don't know about the guys inside.
No.
We don't.
Just like,
you can just hear voices.
All right.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think asking on behalf of the widow for the feds and
Okay.
see what they say.
Yeah.
That's a good. But you should do it because you're a doctor. You look
Sure.
a little bit more respectable.
And my dear, you need to shed a tear or two.
Exactly. I'm more than ready.
Okay, great.
If I need to collapse
Oh
someone's
my!
arms,
I'll catch you.
Okay.
I'll catch you.
Oh my God,
I'm such a thirsty little.
you are. Thirst is real.
All right, so we walk on over.
Jet. Okay. All right.
Yep. So
Off we go.
yep. So he doffs his cap to you. You know.
There.
Wait, what happened to the train sounds? Oh. Like, where are we? I don't know where we are.
Yeah, you're not on the train anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So he doffs his cap.
Yeah. Good day. I'm coming on behalf of Mademoiselle Myers, whose fiance lives in that room.
Yes, of course. Were you a personal friend?
I'm her doctor
Yes.
for the train ride.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh.
her doctor.
Oh, doctor.
Yeah.
I thought you said her daughter. I'm like,
I did too.
Oh.
Doctor.
Okay.
Yes, and I've been caring for her
Right.
in this terrible time. And to console her, I would like to acquire something very special to her that still lies in my room. Would that be okay?
yes, of course. So he turns and the other guys are in there. So you see these 3 other guys, and they're basically like they've completely wrecked the crime scene. They've moved the body.
What?
They're clearing the bloody linens away.
Oh my God.
They're cleaning it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're packing things up, and so you see the fez has like been set on top of a steamer trunk, a steaming
Oh,
trunk.
okay.
There it
I
is.
thought your hand was like this, so that
Yeah.
spreading around.
Yeah, it sort of jumps up and looks at you and then scuttles off.
Oh.
Hey.
You tried to put a baker's box over it.
Yeah,
It off. Save it as a story.
I have a story.
Oh, I don't.
Oh.
Tell the story. Tell the tale.
Yeah, well, I was reading in my office last night about 1 in the morning, and I see this motion out of the side of my eye, and I look over, and this 8-inch centipede is going across the floor from under my chair, and I was barefooted. So it goes under the couch in the office, and then fortunately came out of its own accord because it got some dust bunnies on it, and it was like trying to shake them off with its legs, So then I threw the lid of a banker's box on it, and it just like lifted the lid off and kept going. And so then it went into the hall closet that's outside my office and behind the dresser that's in there. So I had to like shove the dresser out of the way, and I grabbed this.
Scream?
I may have uttered an epithet.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
So then I grabbed a curtain rod that had been taken down earlier a few months ago and was in there, and it was like half of a metal curtain rod. I just went speared it and just got it right on the head,
Ooh, God.
but of course it didn't die.
What? Oh my God.
Did it
No.
grab it from you and start?
It was writhing. It was like it was arching its back around to try and get the thing off,
Oh
Isn't that gross?
God.
So I just kind of held it there and took some photos, and then like you do.
Like you do.
And I also got a video of it when I was taking the rod off, and it was like,
It's like documenting its misery.
So then I just went after it with the rod, and just like basically pulped it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
Horrible.
You did other things.
I desecrated the body, and
Yeah, you did.
So anyway,
Gross.
yeah, no, I was in full primate mode. I was just like, non-mammal thing must die,
Yeah.
creepy crawly thing must die, So that was my adventure.
So the fez. Yeah.
So I'm picturing the fez with little centipede legs
Yeah.
coming out from underneath.
Putting
Yeah.
a baker box over it, like, fuck that. You need way more than that to stop me from wreaking havoc in your life. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Ooh.
So the fez is sitting on top of the cabinet or dresser or whatever.
Steamer trunk.
Steamer trunk.
Yep.
Well, there it is. There it is.
Yes, this is the item we're looking for. Is it okay if we take it to Mrs.
Oh, but of course, yes, please.
Oh, wow. Right. Love
Okay.
it. Love these lax.
So walk over to it.
Well, you can tell they're actually a little happy. They're actually a little happy to see the fez go.
Sure.
Okay.
You know.
It's a malevolent fez. It makes you uncomfortable when you encounter it.
Well, it smells. It smells and it looks nasty and
Oh, yeah.
you know,
It's oily looking.
it's oily looking.
Yeah.
It has an unpleasant aspect about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the body's on the bed, right?
They have they moved it onto the top bunk so they could clear the linens away, and then they covered it with
Please tell me
a
the
sheet.
Shroud. Yeah. some
Yeah.
type of a
Okay.
shroud.
Yeah, it's covered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have some goddamn dignity around here.
Yeah.
Tempted to go and
George
look
would
at
that, but that's
Yeah.
what
Okay.
it is. Yes. All right.
Do you know how he died? Exactly.
Yes, it appears to be foul play.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Okay. Could I just take a quick look? I'm a medical doctor.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
By all means.
Foul play.
Yeah.
What?
So I'll remove the sheet and look very clinically at the body,
Yep.
especially at the head. What do I see there?
Apart from the indentation, yeah. Apart from the indentation, he appears to be normal. His head is not grown into a fez shape, so.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it is.
Murderer loose on this train.
Yeah, there is. I'll look at the wound. So it looks like he was.
Looks like he was stabbed.
He was stabbed. Okay.
Oh yeah, easily.
Okay. All right. Good. All right.
What's a shame?
Cover up.
Mm-hmm.
Take the fez in my bare hands again.
Yeah?
Tissue. I'd use a handkerchief.
Yeah, you can get your.
I gave my kerchief to.
Oh, that's right.
Fine, I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Oh, Banks, you're along for this? I thought I was
We're all
talking.
there.
Oh, you're all there. Oh,
I
okay.
said I'd catch your
You're just
face.
lurking in the outside. Oh, that's right. You were gonna do histrionics if it didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she hasn't. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't necessary. So.
No. Yeah, not
Okay.
yet.
So I'll wrap the
It's a matter
fez
of
in the
time.
tissue. And,
And,
All right.
Banks is gray handkerchief.
Yeah, exactly. Gray and stained.
yeah, that's
So,
fine.
It's just some newspaper from a fish and chip packet, actually. That's your kerchief.
Wow. Okay.
Guys, make on my big
Not funny. Yeah. Okay. Oh, those were some good fish and chips. Those are particularly tasty. All right.
Who needs to buy a kerchief like a sucker when they give you one?
Kerchiefs in the way.
That's right.
That's crazy, John.
That is disgusting on its own.
All right. So give you that, and then
Okay.
All right. So you got it. You got it.
Yeah. So
All right.
Great. Now let's
walk solemnly out of here.
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
be very
exactly.
solemn.
No hurry.
Mhm.
Checking on the widow since we
Yes.
said we were bringing it to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Worn away with the
No.
goods.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right.
So walk over to
Let's
her
walk over to her.
just to
cabin.
check.
She's actually back in the caboose with Henri.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. So you make your way down the length of the train. You reach the fourgon that's in the
I'm
back.
very uncomfortable carrying this thing.
Throw it out the window. Why don't you just throw it out the window? It's
I don't know.
disgusting.
Yeah, it is,
But
but
no, but we need to.
we don't
hold
want
on.
it to be free
Yeah.
out in the world.
No.
No.
It's a very dangerous fez.
I think everyone's lost control of their minds.
Well,
The dangerous fez.
It is a dangerous fez. Deal with it. It is dangerous. It's a dangerous fez.
Shall I shoot the fez? Should we have some sport of it?
That might be
That
fun.
feels.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Yes.
The most dangerous fez. All right.
It is. Apparently. I'm dealing with it.
Sequel to the Whispering Fez.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so dangerous.
Okay. So we bring the fez to her,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Look at.
Okay. So you get to the fourgon that's
Well, I don't
that's.
know if because she was pretty.
She was against the fez.
Yeah, she was pretty upset about.
She was
it.
against the fez all along.
Yeah,
She
and
thought
so
the
waving
fez
in her
was
face
against
might be.
I just wanted to
painful.
go on track.
Look what we brought you.
Ah, exactly.
I think it might bring up some memories, and so it might help us to.
Yeah, well, how did
Exonerate.
it come to this?
Yeah, how did he possess?
We don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
She might know some things, and I want to exonerate my daddy and my surrogate daddy, my two daddies, who
Well-
are right now.
Well, she's confided.
Turn for the interesting.
She's at least confided in Amelia that basically it was her husband that fell under the spell of Mencalf, and
Yeah.
All right.
and that suddenly one day he was wearing this fez.
Oh.
Oh,
Alright,
so
that's all she
knows.
knows.
Okay,
Alright.
all right, that's fine.
And there's some kind of a
Okay,
promise.
so we won't
Yeah.
bring the fez to her, but we
Yeah.
can at least store the fez
Right.
and keep it secret.
Yeah.
on being on the loose. There's
Right.
Some poor
Yeah.
So we'll
schlub
store it with the
carrying
other one, I guess.
Yeah,
Or are they gonna?
they're gonna
They're gonna collude.
they're gonna make the big little baby.
Back to the cocktail bar with all.
Little ducklings.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking you'd open the strong box and there'd just be a bunch of eggs laid up against the side of one of the sides of the.
Disgusting. I hate you. I hate you.
This is a horror game. The last time I checked, so it's kind of my job to horrify you.
Yeah. See, that's not good. Look at
It's a picture of actual son-in-laws.
Yeah.
It's like salmon roe, just stuck up against.
Oh!
Next week I'll bring the caviar. I forgot. My apologies. I ran out of time.
That's fine.
That's okay.
Well, at least you didn't bring it this
We
week.
can do the anniversary. The anniversary. The week anniversary.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna
have to store.
disgusting.
Isn't it? Let's shoot it.
I like that idea.
I'm gonna try and shoot it. Well, let's hang it off the back of the whatever flag flies on the. What flag do you suppose flies on the?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I could hit the picture book.
I was thinking
Yeah.
we could tie it to a bit of rope and just let it dangle
I like that.
and,
That's great. That's the way
trash it.
Like Napoleon Dynamite, you just feed the thread out the window as it kind of bounces around.
And then we'll take shots
behind
at it as it bounces. Oh, that'll be good.
That's fun. That sounds like good. That sounds fun. All right.
it.
So we're gonna take the fez.
Okay.
We're gonna tie it.
Tie
We're
it?
gonna tie it up with a rope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of that nature.
And then we're gonna throw it out. And then she
Oh,
can
man.
show
And then
us
we're gonna
show off her gun
show you how we do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. You can shoot with both hands. Like.
Well, yes.
Wow.
I have 2 Colt .45 revolvers.
Whoa. Wow, she's tough.
It's what
Yeah.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So you, there we
You okay
go.
with this?
Well, we're doing it.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I'm just seeing what the car arrangement would be
I
here.
gotta work out my issues with that whole egg thing. It's not gonna die on its own.
No.
The
No.
natural world is.
It can be sometimes, but like, see, I like
Yeah.
hate it.
It's kind of gross to think about, but then if you actually saw it, it wouldn't bother me out. It'd be
Oh,
gross.
I've got that mental disorder.
I
that
know,
was in
like-
that,
like
that was in
David
that blog
has.
post.
That David
I've
has.
got that. I got a
What
problem.
is that called? The
Delicate
is it
jackass?
Yeah, delicate jackass.
Delicate jackass. I definitely have the delicate jackass
How did
disease.
you,
Yeah.
how did you evolve from humans existing in general? Condition, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
I mean, like, it is kind of gross, but it doesn't fully gross
Oh,
me
no.
out.
Well, you're stronger though, in a lot of ways. Yeah, you are.
Because I have like 6% Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah, so you're stronger.
Oh. Oh. Did you get that?
My dad does. My dad is like 6%, which is way more than the usual.
But he's
People have blood of 4. He has the blood of the immortals. It's true.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, he's kind of a toughie.
Yeah.
But
And a provider like
yeah,
unbelievable.
cray. Yeah, yeah.
See, you're
That's the props on my pops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point is proven.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a fourgon, which is a baggage car located at the end of the train. This is actually where Henri has taken the
This is gonna be awkward.
the newlywed.
Yeah. Hey there. We're gonna go shoot
We're
your
gonna get her out of here.
dead
Yeah,
fiancé.
come on. Like, why is she in here anyway?
This is no place for a grieving widow. She should
No,
be somewhere
she
lovely.
should
Maybe
be-
there's a harp playing in the dining car. Take her
Yeah,
to
Give her my
Somewhere.
bunk
Yeah.
room. You
Yeah.
and I can share.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. All right. So. All right. So basically, Henri waves you through. You know, when you say you want to go to the end of the train.
We want to look out the back
Okay.
door.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you're on the rear platform of this train.
All right.
Yeah.
The wind
All
is
So
blowing.
we have some rope. So we're gonna bunch it up,
Yep.
You know, we're gonna tie it around like its waist.
And the tassel, just to be
And the tassel.
super,
Yeah.
safe.
And then,
We don't want this thing getting
and then
away.
Fling it.
we're gonna fling it.
Uh-huh.
And so I tie it to the
railing.
tie it to the railing.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So it's skipping along behind the train, you know,
Yeah.
bouncing along the ground. All right.
Kill it with fire.
Just gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. Got it. Regular success. Would
Yeah.
you like? Would you like to try, Doctor? Would you like it?
I would love to.
Of course you would. Who wouldn't? Here you
I
go.
don't think I've picked up a handgun my whole life.
Well, it couldn't be easier. All you have to do is you point and you pull this.
Okay.
Nice.
As this thing bounces wildly along.
It's a hat, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, so how do you pull the what?
You cock this, click it,
Yeah,
click
okay.
it. Put your finger in there.
Yeah, oh,
and then
okay. All right, and you just pull it?
Yeah, but get ready for the back.
And,
the back flow
whoa.
there. Might get a little kick.
Okay, I only missed it by 10.
It's really good. It's really good. Keep going. Oh, I got a hard success. Did I hit it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you've hit it twice now.
Nice.
Oh, good. I didn't expect to actually.
Alright, well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Did you try it, Mace? Did you?
no, that's alright.
All right.
It's alright.
I'd like one more go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm still feeling a little squeamish. Killing a man earlier.
Oh, 3.
All right. So yeah, you bullseye that thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull it back up.
All right.
Pull it back
Let's
up.
see how we did.
just Dangle it, unwrap the rope.
Got it right through the insignia.
So there's no bullet holes in it.
What?
I know I got it, and I know
You got
did.
it. We got it. We shot it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's bizarre.
that's really creepy.
Let's try and cut it.
So
It's
creepy.
creepy.
Okay.
We need
Do
some
you have a
shiz.
chainsaw?
Yeah, some chainsaw. Let's get some scissors.
Yep.
And
try to-
try to cut it. So we'll go back into the caboose.
Okay.
Are they there
And
still?
Henri.
Nope. No, they left.
Gone.
Oh, he's on.
Okay.
Alright,
left.
so I'm gonna look around first, and she is.
Yep.
Doctor has scalpel.
Find him easy
right?
enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a scalpel too. Let's
So since we're here, we can try the
Yeah,
shiz
let's try the
first.
shiz.
Right, yeah.
All right,
And then we'll try
so
the scalpel.
I'm gonna start to cut it like with scissors.
Anything? Nothing?
Not
Nope.
cutting.
Nope.
What's happening? Is she?
So you're just trying to cut it. It's like trying to cut metal. You know, it's just
It's not happening.
God.
slipping off. The blades are just
What if
slipping
you
off.
just try to poke a hole with this?
Yeah. So I'll get
Okay.
my switchblades sharper probably.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna try stabbing it.
Okay.
That's
Yep. Nope. I mean, it indents slightly, but it doesn't. You can't pierce it.
And I try to like bore a hole into it, like.
Nothing. In fact, you can see the tip of your blade starting to get a little dull.
I'm gonna sharpen it. I'm gonna sharpen it.
Find a knife sharpener.
Yeah.
Whetstone.
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
This is beyond me.
Yeah. This is dangerous stuff. And we need to go lock this thing up.
Let's lock it up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to set it on fire, but I just think that it's I don't think it'll do much.
I don't
We
know.
have to pass through the kitchen car.
Is there like a little? Oh, in the caboose, there's no like little like burner or anything.
Trout flambe set up?
No.
Yeah.
Not in this car.
All right.
So the kitchen car. I
It's
don't
gonna
think
work.
Yeah. Hey, can we?
Excuse me. Can we use your gas burner, please?
Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah.
We
We
have
get the
standards here.
opportunity, we could do that, but
Yeah,
But we shot this. We shot
You
this.
did?
Yeah,
Shoot, right?
exactly.
This is extraordinary.
All right. So back
Okay.
to the car.
So we'll go ahead and put it
Let's
with
hide
the
in the
other one.
WC.
What?
Yeah.
In our.
In the tank. In the toilet tank.
Ooh.
The feds in the toilet tank.
I don't know where else we could put it. It would be.
Well, do
Well,
we have
we
our
better
own
lock it up.
bathrooms? Do we have our own
No.
bathrooms?
No. There's one per carriage.
Well, we have the other
one.
feds, right? And
We have 2 fezzes?
Yeah.
Now we have two
Plus the
feds.
book,
Right.
And the book.
Right.
The book is in my room.
right?
The other feds
And
is
your
in
room is locked.
So
Room is
yeah,
locked.
she's,
Okay.
And then I have the other fez.
The other feds.
feds.
Well, the other
Well,
feds
put that
is
in
locked
your
up.
room.
So
Yeah, you put it in my room, I
Yeah,
suppose.
let's
do you want? Oh, you don't want to keep them together.
No.
Well, you know, the
Oh yeah,
eggs.
the eggs. Oh man, you're right. Okay.
The eggs. The eggs. The eggs.
Fez eggs.
Some Fez row.
The feds eggs.
Fezlings.
Yeah. If you look at the egg inside, each one is a tiny little Fez.
It's a fractal
A
fez.
fractal Fez.
Forever. All right.
Shit. Okay. So I'm sure you're a lady of,
Yes, I must have a hat
you
box,
must have
something with a lock
many,
on it.
yeah.
Jewelry, like do you?
I know I have a big
box
jewelry
or-
box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This thing here, all right,
No,
okay.
but just, do you have an empty hat box?
Yes.
All right.
And you scoffed at Professor Smith for putting the original Fez in a hat box. And
Yes,
here you are.
did.
Here you are. Put it in the hat
You
box.
see, that's what happens with scoffing.
Yeah.
It always comes back on
It
you.
does.
Yeah, it does, usually.
So the train pulls into Salzburg. So you're now officially in Austria.
Yay!
Hey.
Cool.
So there's the usual. The border guards get on the train at this point and go up and down the carriages,
Passports.
Yeah.
getting passports and so forth.
All right.
The stopover is only 10 minutes.
All right.
Oh, only 10 minutes?
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I still want to find out about the goons.
yeah.
Are they getting off, or have they
Good
gotten off?
question.
All right, so
Let's
you
ask Henri.
you locate Henri in the dining car. He is still sitting with Mrs. Myers and
That's
just
very kind of him.
holding her hand and listening to her as she talks.
Vous êtes gentil, I tell him. It's really nice.
It is entirely Henri's pleasure.
Aw. What's her app again? No,
Yes, the Grieving
Yeah.
Widow.
Could I speak to you for just a minute, Henri?
But of course.
Yeah, so you remember the goons? Well, I guess you can call them goons. So, you mentioned to me that the two gentlemen who never spoke, that sat in the back of the dining car, bothered you. Have you seen them?
No, I have not. And I have reported this to the authorities.
Oh, I see. Are
Monsieur.
they suspects in this murder?
Well, perhaps Captain Barrington and Monsieur Worth were taken off the train in Salzburg.
Oh,
And I gave them a full report to the authorities there.
okay.
They will be questioning both of them and taking their statements.
Uh-huh.
I am sure they were associates of yours and therefore are completely innocent of any crime, but of course we must follow the protocols.
Yes, I understand.
Yes.
Yes.
But yes, rest assured I did report those miscreants as well.
Did you check their cabins to see if
Yes, I did.
they're gone?
They are gone.
And you haven't okay.
Yes, they must have jumped off the train shortly after the unpleasantness.
Ah, yes. That's very suspicious.
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you for your help, Henri.
But of course.
Okay, so.
And he goes back to Mademoiselle.
Yes, her app, by the way, is 70.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Uh-oh, doctor.
You're always a sucker for a sob story. Oh, she has singing at 40%. Little songbird.
Oh.
Sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Pat on the head no matter what.
So for Dr. Sirach and young Master Banks, I'll remind you that your next stop is Vienna.
Which is where one of the fragments.
Yeah.
Well, that is where Baron von Hoffler is due to meet you. He is underwriting your trip, if you recall,
Right.
and wishes to travel with you the rest of the way to Constantinople.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Sure, I remember that. I
Yeah.
totally remember that.
But there is a fragment there, or
A
was?
fragment?
Of the simulacrum?
Oh, well, that's a whole other timeline.
Oh, okay.
Whole other timeline.
Yeah. We're
I know. It's
We're really, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay,
It's the
sorry.
downside of these flashback episodes.
Yeah, sorry.
It's been harder, actually.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a recap.
Oh yeah, recap's definitely in order. Now I know some people skip these flashback episodes for that very reason. So
Oh, yeah, right. Keep getting it.
Episodes? Do you mean just like sessions?
Oh,
or?
yes.
yes, flashback sessions. Yes,
Like they. Oh no, thanks. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm good for now.
They skipped running them for their group.
Exactly.
What you're saying.
Right.
Because of the confusion it creates.
Yes.
It does.
Yes. On the one hand, we get some deeper
Right.
stuff going on,
Yeah.
but at the expense of having to deviate from the main narrative to do it. So.
That's fine.
After we wrap this up, I'll take a straw poll and just see how everyone feels, because there are other potential flashback episodes in the future.
Okay.
Flashbacks in the future, and and yeah, we'll just kind of play it by ear in terms of whether you guys want to do more or not, or if you find that it takes away from the narrative too much, we can skip them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Anyway.
Well, they're handy when not everyone can be at the table.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
They have a
true,
real
too.
Practical point.
Yeah.
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 No, we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
The vote comes out.
So, you're due to arrive in Vienna around 5:45. Is there anything you guys want to tend to before then?
Oh,
No.
I was going to look through the book a bit more.
The Fez book.
Yeah.
The Spring Fez.
I'll do that with you. I have a little phrase book. Maybe I can pick
Excellent.
up
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right. So I'll hang out with you guys and just kind of.
Can we do this in the dining car, or is
Yeah,
that
let's
too
go
out
out in the game room.
It's up to you.
Okay.
In the game room.
Yeah, there's probably like a little gaming.
Well, there is a
Like a lounge car?
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll play
We can be
cards.
comfortable. And,
right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's no TV. You can't stay in your cabin home.
Yeah, salon,
Yeah.
a salon car.
Okay.
So it's got a bar,
Perfect.
and yeah, just
Some
nice
white
big
wine.
windows for observation.
Is it nuts?
Yes, perfect.
Uh-huh.
And translate. as
Okay.
much as-
We'll pick out a few words.
Uh-huh. All right. Yep. You pick out a few words. You find the word for fez. It appears a lot.
Great.
Thank
Thank God for that.
Old hat.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Why don't you, whoever wants to, or multiples of you, I suppose, since you're all working on it, can make a roll. Let's do a knowledge roll. And if you get an extreme success, you'll get a little tidbit.
All right. Tidbit.
Oh no.
Oh, I rolled a 1!
What? That's critical success.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'll give you more than a tidbit
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than I look.
Yeah. So you get out that phrase book and you're just like,
Oh, this is
Yeah.
construction.
Like,
Do
wow.
this.
yes, yeah.
Okay. So what you discern from certain passages of the book is that these fezzes
Yes.
are almost like a hierarchical structure where one
Is
stop it
collapsing fence?
where one fez
Pyramid, the Fez scheme.
That should be the title of the episode.
the fez scheme the fez scheme.
Like a bowling
Sorry,
ball.
sweetie.
I've lost control.
Like when I saw that, I'm just thinking Fez.
Yep. This fence is all the way
Yeah, I
down.
know.
The $25,000 fez pyramid. So
All right.
all right, so basically the way they work is it's almost like a relay network where one fez
Huh?
can control all the other fezzes.
All right.
I know.
Who wrote this?
I know. It's just the word fez.
Damn.
The word fez is inherently
It's hats
hilarious.
controlling other hats. Like, what are we talking about right now?
Well, the visual pun was made in certain comments after last episode about the mind slugs from Futurama. So
Yes.
anyway,
This is awesome.
No, it's good.
yeah, no. So,
It's really great.
but
It is.
here's the key. Here's the key.
Yes.
There's no inherent master fez. It's an act of will.
Huh?
So one person can control everyone else wearing a fez,
Oh.
but this can move around.
Oh.
Whoa. So if we were to wear one of the fezzes and control, we could
Yes.
control from sheer will. We
Yes.
can
All the other
control all the other
fezzes.
fezzes.
Yep.
These
And
things
they're
have like
the
a strong
world.
personality. Yeah. And then everyone would wear fezzes. But I mean, like, you would be able to control.
Yeah. You need to
All
be the master fez.
Yeah. But if you're like, destroy all fezzes,
Right. As the master
then
fez.
So-
if the master
Self-destruct
fez,
or-
then just self-destruct, and then it would get rid of the.
Right. That's a
I
great
don't
way
know.
to
I
unhinge
don't
the
know.
fez network.
I
But there's a
But-
risk, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
a big risk.
Yeah. Then you just become another.
Then you
Fez
fez
head, fez head.
Fez head.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to take the fez off.
Right.
Aside from dying.
Exactly.
So it's a big commitment.
It's a pretty damn big commitment.
Also, 01.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Spell it.
no.
I'm gonna give you some stuff here. A phrase you translate is the blood red fez is the gate and the key. If the blood of a prince is present, the fez may call forth that which waits outside.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Exactly.
A prince.
The blood of the prince.
Of a print.
A prince.
The blood of prince.
No.
Prince Roger Snelson specifically. So who is this fellow we're meeting? I mean, do you think he might
He's
be
a baron.
prince?
Possibly he's a baron.
Yeah.
He's pretty wealthy. I don't think he's a prince, but he could symbolize that.
Might be good
Yeah.
enough.
But if we put it on him, what are we
Some sort of
trying to
figurative
accomplish?
prince.
Yeah.
Figurative prince.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, doctor.
Hmm.
I will say that
Someone
since you're not, since you're just using a phrase book,
Right.
you're not sure whether that's blood as in
Oh,
heritage
sure.
or blood as in literally blood,
Oh, yeah.
like as in a sacrifice.
Oh, that angle hadn't occurred to me.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
good.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not too much.
Yeah. So, guess we can't kill the Baron. Find out.
Yeah.
The group begins plotting a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it could just be like, you can just spill blood. It doesn't have to necessarily be.
Is there any hint of how
Yeah.
many of these pheasants there are?
That's
I
a
don't
great
know.
question.
Does it say anything?
That's all you got.
Fez pyramid?
That's all you got.
The thing that waits outside, that's not good.
No.
That's not going to be a good thing.
No. And wait, did the henchmen, the goons, have fezzes? They had fezzes.
Yeah.
A couple of them did, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
almost everybody was wearing a fez.
There was one or two who didn't.
That's
Yes.
Right, right.
The hawk-eyed fellow
Yeah.
did not.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
So we have two fezzes. We've
Right.
seen two more.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So there's at least 4.
And there's at least 4.
You know there's more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be 100 of these pheasants.
There could be.
We need the blood of a
Or there
prince.
could be just one or two more.
That's right. That's
To
right.
form a pyramid, you might just need 5.
You just might need 5. Yeah.
If it needs a little-
So
Mencalf.
Right.
was possessing. He had the powerful fez.
Right,
So
sure.
He was controlling all the other dudes. Yeah. Go
He's
for
the
it.
mesmerist guy. So
Mhm. So
use your strong mind at the top of the pyramid. Now he's dead.
right.
Who's the next strongest
Who's the next
mind?
one? We have 2 fezzes.
Right. So and there's nobody wearing them.
Nope.
Right.
Who could wear them? And
And
The only
survive.
fezzes we've seen have been on this train and before, right? Or
Yeah.
did we? Was he wearing a fez like? Well, am I thinking of
There was a man in the alley. Do you remember? There was a
Yeah.
man in the
Yeah,
alley in
yeah,
the
yeah.
fog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was hoping
Yep.
I didn't get that mixed up again with the other.
Yeah.
I could,
Oh, no. That's correct.
Okay.
so who was he?
I don't know.
Right?
Well, that was the
Unless
whole-
that was Mencalf,
Yeah.
which you put
Or
down.
one of his.
A minion.
I think that was they were trying to control the fact that Mencalf was, or somebody was using it without their permission.
Uh-huh.
I think they
Exactly.
were that faction in Turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. They went rogue. Somebody went rogue. Mencalf.
Someone did. Anyway.
All right.
All right. Well,
So now what we
We've learned a
know,
little
we get a
bit
better
more.
idea of what we're up against, nature of the threat. We have a possible strategy to undo it,
right. All right.
and the blood of the prince.
And who knows? The Baron might.
Baron might know something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much longer till we get to Vienna?
You're in Vienna.
Yay!
So, 6:15. There's actually 2 stops in Vienna: the Westbahnhof and the Staatsbahnhof. And so you knew that the Baron would be at the second of the 2, and so you're in the salon car this whole time, right?
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So you pull in, and of course, you're crossing through Vienna, a very lovely, wonderful city. We've been there several times in other campaigns, so I won't describe it. But anyway, so you pull into the Staatsbahnhof, and you see a man matching the description that Professor Smith gave you, which is to say, a man in his 50s, bald, with a impressive mustache. He appears to be in a somewhat tearful and dramatic conversation with a young woman.
Oh no.
She's, has flaxen hair and is well dressed.
Does she look young?
She looks young.
Maybe that's his daughter.
Yeah, definitely looks young enough to be his daughter, and she definitely appears to be pleading with him. She's kind of
Does he have?
Yeah.
she's kind of gripping.
Stash.
She's gripping the lapels of his frock coat, and
Really?
Oh, wow.
and he's sort of patting her hands and trying to like basically de-escalate,
Yeah.
telling her to settle down, etc.
Yeah.
Language,
And
by the way.
Right.
Is it English?
well, you're just seeing this through the windows
okay,
of the
okay.
of the
So
salon car.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just
But it's clear
it's
by their body
a
language.
silent melodrama playing out in front of you.
Are
Yeah.
there other
It
people
is.
watching them?
A couple people stop to look.
dear.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
scene. It's a
yeah.
scene. So then she turns away and runs off, holding a hanky to her face.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And then he, sort of straightens his coat, gives an imperious look to like the one or two people who are still staring, who like immediately go, "Oh, sorry," and then boards the train a couple carriages down.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so do you want to? I think that's our guy. That's the
Okay,
guy.
yeah,
Let's
let's go
go talk to him.
Okay.
All right. So you find him in a sleeping carriage where he is, kind of being welcomed aboard, and given the quick rundown that everyone gets when they first get on the train. And then he kind of sees you politely waiting. So then once that's all done, he comes over.
Baron von Hossler, I presume?
He clicks his heels together and bows to you. At your service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
We are the group who were supposed to meet you. Train. I'm Dr. Excuse me. I'm Dr. Jean-Louis Sarrault.
Of course. Oh wait, no, he's not French. Yes, of course. And
Thanks.
I was under the impression that there would be more of you.
Well, Barrington and Worth ran into a bit of trouble.
I see. Already trouble, eh?
Yes.
Already,
There's
yes.
been a murder on the train. Oh,
then
I'm Miss
two.
Amelia Meadowcroft.
Oh. Well, how does he respond to her?
Yeah. So he kind of looks you up and down and he says, "Professor Smith did not tell me that there would be a woman on board as part of this party."
And yet here I am.
Yes, bitch, yes! Alright. So, yeah, show me who's boss.
Very well. Is there somewhere we can talk about what has happened so far?
Huh. We gotta fill you in
Yeah, yeah. No, we have plenty.
to the club car.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So back in the salon car, you fill him in. Is there anything you want to hold back, or do you want to give him the whole story?
Oh, yeah.
I say we tell him everything. 'cause
Well,
we
now,
don't-
when I say we tell him everything, do you mention that you were the murderer?
No,
Because I don't know that.
I'm not telling him
All right.
that.
You're not gonna tell him that.
No!
That's
Yeah.
No one
sacrosanct.
knows. No one knows.
Yeah.
No one
Me.
knows that. Okay.
Is there anything else that he shouldn't, or maybe that's questionable? Maybe we shouldn't tell him about the hierarchy of the pheasants. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just
That's a
nothing
good
from the
point.
book.
Yeah,
Maybe
because he
discuss
might be
it.
seeking.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So we won't tell him what
That we even have them.
we don't have
No.
fezzes.
Yeah.
But we have. Well,
Oh, should we tell him?
Well,
Maybe
we need to
tell
tell
a little bit
him.
of the fezzes and the
Okay.
book that we found those things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
You might be able to translate the book for us.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Do you know Turkish?
Well, we've already got the meat of the book, though, don't we?
Yeah, we did get
Oh.
There's a lot more. I was just giving
It's a
you.
pretty big book, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
do
book.
you know Turkish?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Yes, I am fascinated by this book you are talking about.
They all start that way.
So as you're talking, the door slides open and a woman comes in.
Oh.
She must have gotten on in Vienna because you haven't seen her before.
Okay.
She's a small woman, apparently of Japanese origin.
Whoa.
She's wearing a purple kimono with a red dragon print on it, and even has like the sort of face powder. She's in full sort
Geisha,
of
like a geisha?
just formal attire. Yeah, fully made up.
Okay.
And yeah, she just kind of comes in, quietly shuts the door, and then sits in one of the club chairs. And one of the waiters comes over, and she makes an order quietly, and
What's
then
she ordering? Way back.
So you want to watch?
Yeah.
All right. So he makes a. I don't know if they had what kind of cocktails they had in the 1890s. But he makes an 1890s cocktail, basically.
Oh.
You know,
Alright.
martini, if they had such a thing.
The plum wine, that's really popular in Japan.
Yeah, I know they didn't have.
I don't know.
I know they didn't have White Russians yet, but Anyway,
Okay, so she gets a cocktail.
Cheers is a European.
she orders European drink.
Western.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there anything hanging
She's a-
off? It's just a glass, or is there any ornament coming off the glass?
Swizzle stick.
All right.
Yeah.
She's a cosmopolitan lady.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And so she's just sipping and looking out the window. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Close enough to hear us?
Yes.
Ooh, that's awkward.
So the Baron says, he's kind of looking at her too, and like his brow's a little furrowed, and
Yeah.
he says, "Perhaps I shall take this back to my cabin.
Yes. Let's
Let's all go.
let's all go and talk.
I will need some time alone,
Oh,
See, this is what I mean.
and if you can, present me with one of your fezzes that you have collected."
No, I don't think.
telling you.
And Professor Smith says he trusts him implicitly, that he's an occultist of great repute.
Smith.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Smith is.
No, he means nothing to me.
Yeah, Smith's a bit of a jackass.
You don't know Smith from Smith.
I don't like Smith.
I don't like Smith either.
You don't know Smith from Adam.
Oh, good man.
So we tell him for
So wait a
now.
minute. No.
No.
I have a plan.
Oh.
I'm going to throw myself into dangerous way here.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to say, now, would you object to my company in your cabin?
Suddenly turned into a Married with Children audience. Make a charm roll. Let's see how you do.
Oh yeah,
Turn it up, turn it up.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, I only have that. Well, I have persuade.
Yeah, but you're trying to charm
I
him.
am trying to charm. Son of a gun. I have a ton of persuasion. Oh, I rolled a 000.
Oh, shit!
Ever since my wife died, I have sworn not to take the company of any other woman in private. I hope you understand. Good day. And he gathers the book up and marches out.
Me now.
I know.
He hates
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
I might as well ask him who that lady was. At this
I know. Who was that woman you were yelling after?
Yo, man, yo.
Yeah.
Wait up.
Oh, snap. You can't let him.
No, what are we gonna do?
Now
He's got the book.
he paid for our tickets.
We'll give him the fez. Just give him the fez.
Yeah.
Give him the fez.
So you rolled a 0-1 and a 0-0-0 today.
Yes.
Let's
Dang.
go buy a lotto ticket after this session.
Baby. Game science dice. All right.
I really object to giving him a fez, though.
It's a bridge too far.
Yeah,
It's a fez
I
too
don't
far.
think- It's a fez too far. I don't think I can.
But if Professor Smith, look, I have to pretend to give a fuck about this guy. Professor Smith
Yeah.
Your good friend, Professor Smith.
is a good guy, so I say we give him the fez.
Why would he want a fez, though? Just
Because he wants to figure out what's happening, or unless
But he
wants,
doesn't actually need a fez to do that.
maybe he wants to examine it because they're pretty gross.
They are pretty gross.
They're pretty gross.
But he doesn't need to have it all by himself somewhere else where we can't.
Well,
I don't know.
you guys do
Perverse thing with the fez.
We've seen the effects of the fez, though.
We've told him that
He
the fez
doesn't know.
is. We've told him the fez is. What is going on over there?
Uh-oh.
We told him the fez is bulletproof. We told him it's cut proof. We haven't been able to abrade it in any way.
Or we put it in the fire.
Damage. We haven't set it on fire yet.
We tried.
We did try
my,
setting-
my character before when he died.
So
Yeah.
we don't. I mean, what else does he need a fez for?
Exactly. He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
No.
Well, he's not getting my fez.
Yeah.
Well,
And I got the other one. So.
Matters closed then.
well, I don't even have a fez.
You
so
don't have a fez?
I don't care.
You can
There
always
you
get
go,
a fez.
okay.
You can always lift the
I
fez if
don't.
you needed a
I
fez.
don't want a fez. I don't. Too much trouble.
If there was some way that he can argue,
and then more trouble than there was.
he needs it.
Right.
But I'm not just gonna hand it.
You're not just gonna give him
No,
the fez.
no.
Well, he asked for one, so what? Now what do we do? It's awkward.
Well, we didn't say yes, so
Okay, he
didn't wait for an answer. He just
And
ran
then the
off.
flounce.
Yeah, no, I just made his disdain inferiors roll, so
Yeah.
he has a skill of 76% in that. So
Oh shit!
That's a good one. I like that guy. I think I like this guy over the years.
Yeah. Well, so give him a fez. That's the consensus.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
That's pretty
So-
significant.
Is my Scottish...
Wait, you're giving him a fez?
No,
You're not giving him a fez.
You're
Okay.
refusing a fez.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Outright.
No fence. No fence!
No fez! No fez! What's the deal with mind controlling fezzes? All right, so
So is my Scottish... Oh, the Japanese...
Oh, the Japanese
I guess presumably Japanese.
yes, yes.
Right, presumably.
What's her name?
The Japanese adjacent woman.
She heard Amelia make a faux pas.
Right. Make a total ass of myself and get rejected by
Wow.
a much older.
But you're used to this.
So she,
It's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
she has an app of 80,
I'm also talking
actually.
about
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
What'd you say?
I'm used to being rejected a lot.
No, I said you're used to awkward social situations. And then I told Jen I'm also talking about your character.
Okay.
I'm also talking about your character. All right,
Nice.
so she's an F of 80.
Yeah.
She's drinking a cocktail.
Whoa!
George, can you resist? What do you do?
Well, I
Have you ever
don't
seen
know.
anybody like this? It
I'm
looks like a
kinda-
dragon walked into the room.
I know, it's really fascinating. I
It
think,
is.
well, no.
No?
Well, no, I'm not that. I'm a little
Not that randy?
intimidated. I'm a little intimidated.
Oh, sure.
I think she might
Yeah.
respond more
Yeah?
to
How
the
old is
doctor.
she?
Yeah.
How old is she? She
Yes.
looks to be in her 20s.
Yeah, I think 50. That's
No, but
rough.
no, it
No,
doesn't
not at
matter.
that time,
No,
not
not
at that
you.
time.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I mean, I would think you're entitled to everything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
being who you are, but that's... But
Yeah,
it's up
that's
to
your
you.
character. Yeah.
If you're too... I mean, he's a very respectful... Hey, you're a fellow female... Yeah. You're a fellow female traveler as well.
That's true. I could
So, she,
I can do a super sneaky one.
Yeah.
I'll sit next to her.
Yeah.
I'll sit next to her and try and strike up a conversation because I'm feeling so charming right now.
Well, right. Yeah. Well, that, I
Uh,
think that indicates some things that you're just saying, actually.
Right.
Like, they're not picking up what you're putting down. But the other thing I'll say is a Scottish anthropologist, is she anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen her around, yeah. Yeah.
What was her name again?
Something Mick something. Eileen McGregor.
Eileen.
Eileen.
And which car would you find
Yeah.
Mr. Von Huffler?
The bear.
Yeah, the bad.
He is in the second carriage.
Oh.
So the one you're not in, you're in the first carriage.
Very,
this is the
this
dinosaur?
asshole. I know.
Or so there's another one, but it's
There's a duplicate to that one,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright.
So would he be like
So he's
That way, yeah.
this way?
This way.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple cars down?
No, just the adjacent.
Oh, so right here.
Uh-huh.
Conceivably be here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Alright.
So he's pretty close to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's essentially in the next room, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it is it.
connector.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not much.
Not much.
They're like shielded and very nice
Accordion.
and small.
Accordion, yeah.
It's a small like little jaunt over to
Yeah.
jog.
Right, because
Okay.
Jaunt and a jog.
so if he should scream or something, he would hear.
Right. Yeah.
Possibly.
I'd allow a listen roll. I'd allow a listen roll, yeah.
If something went
Okay.
horribly
Yeah.
wrong, this
Yeah.
would be a good
Which
place to
hopefully
be.
does
Yeah.
with him because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
You don't like him.
No.
Not so
I
far.
instantly
no.
hate him.
So was anyone trying to converse with the Japanese woman?
Yes,
I'm
Okay.
sitting down next to
Amelia
her.
is.
And then the
Sorry.
doc's gonna go
George
is
is
giving
okay.
me a sneaky concept that I would try and be kind to her.
Yeah, what a concept.
Wouldn't do normally.
Okay.
No, I think it's a good idea. I want to
Yeah.
know who this woman is and what
Yeah.
she's doing in the salon cart, and if she overheard anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, pardon me, ma'am. May I sit here?
So she kind of looks up at you a little confusedly, and says something in German. Actually,
German.
Well,
do you have
I do
German?
have German.
You
I
do have
German
German.
at 50.
Great. So she says, "I don't speak English in German."
So I'll say sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Yes.
Do I need to roll German to talk to her?
Give me a single roll
Oh,
against your German and your charm simultaneously. Right. So you might succeed at one and fail the other. You
Right.
might fail both. You might succeed at both. So let's see how you do.
Single roll.
Single roll.
But the charm is so much, the differential there is.
I know.
I rolled a 27.
Ooh! That's, and you could
How
you
does that-
spend on,
Yes.
Spend on charm too?
Yes.
All right, then I can. Okay.
So you
I
made your German roll and.
And I have missed my charm roll because I have only 15% in charm, but I can spend luck.
You can spend 12 luck.
I'm going to spend 12 luck to
Oh, nice.
get past this.
Well, I think that's a huge sign of anyway, how she
Yes,
is.
indeed.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good at persuade, but not good at.
For German and charm, you made it. Wow.
I did all right. I could have rolled really bad.
Yeah,
and I did.
but you did actually quite good.
Okay.
So she speaks to you a bit in accented German, and basically tells you that she's
Like
on her way.
Japanese accent speaking German.
Japanese accent speaking German.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tells you that she's on her way to see her father in the Japanese consulate in Constantinople.
Oh, wowie, zowie.
She's an important lady.
She sure is.
Yeah.
Japanese consulate. Okay, so he's a diplomat. He's a high-ranking diplomat.
Yes, indeed he is.
Yeah.
All right, what have I got that might be amusing for her?
It sounds kind of princely.
She's no way a princess.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I am going to ask her if she would like to go shoot some guns off her back.
Maybe into it.
She demurs from that.
She's not going for that?
Not for that.
What else have I got? I might...
Amelia's never gotten along with women very well.
Or men, apparently.
Well, not barons at least.
This guy, I don't know any card games. What else have I got here? I've got a box of shells. I've got a folding bat.
You know
Would
what?
she be interested in a bat?
So I'm gonna walk up because I can see that they're like kind of not really talking.
Yeah.
And so I have I'm good with sleight of hand, kind of.
Uh-huh.
And I have like some coins.
Yes.
So I'm gonna sit down and do maybe like a little coin trick or something
Oh.
Okay.
for her.
Okay. Give me a charm roll from you as well.
Sleight of hand?
Well,
Just like-
but you're trying to charm her.
Yeah.
So let's do a double roll again. Sleight of hand and charm.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Ooh.
I just have to spend 3 to make the charm, and I've made the sleight of hand as well.
Great.
Spending 3
That's
luck.
amazing.
All right, so you do some close-up magic on her, and
And it works.
Yes.
Guess what?
you pull coins from her ear and so
yeah,
forth.
yeah.
And so she gives a demure giggle.
These train rides can get boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And said and at that point the bell rings for dinner service.
Okay. Tell her that we want to have dinner with her.
Okay. Deutsching that.
so you Deutschishly invite her to dinner.
Sit with us. Sit with us. Don't sit alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she agrees.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
what's her name? What's her name?
Oh, Masako. Oh my God. Would you throwing erasers around?
Oh, that's where it went. Sorry.
So the eraser had popped off, and where did it land?
I just saw it go flying. I don't
Me
know.
too. Okay. All right. Masako.
Yeah, Masako.
I was playing with it, and I was like, wait, it's gone.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
This is a scandal. I'm throwing this
it's
away.
gross.
I was gonna say you'll find it later when you take a shower.
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
Definitely not baking today. All right. So Masako. Wow.
So about how long have they been talking to
Oh,
Masako?
like 15.
15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so during that time, the doctor was going to
Right.
Von Hoffler's room
Yeah.
to check and see how the translation's going.
Maybe you put an ear to the door?
Yeah, before I actually knock.
All
Do I
right.
hear anything strange? Any?
Summoning
You can make a listen roll. Yeah. So any summoning noises? I don't know.
Any summoning
I do
noises.
not trust this guy.
No, me neither. He's gross.
Oh man, I'm half deaf.
You're
Yeah.
half deaf, are you?
No. Don't hear.
Nothing.
There's
Yeah.
some nice mahogany.
I
noise.
try to listen through my hand. 89. I mean,
I can't hear shit.
yeah, what is this?
You realize you're accidentally covering your eyes, so you can't hear anything. All right. So,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
all right. So you knock,
Okay.
and there's a couple minutes, and then the door slides. Yep.
A couple of minutes.
Couple minutes. Yeah.
He's putting his clothes on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Yeah. He's all sweaty when he answers the door.
No and no.
No.
Because no.
He answers the door,
Finally. Oh, I mean.
and he
Just
said,
kidding.
"Ah, Herr Doctor,
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just about to come and get you. Pardon, I was deep in translation.
right.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
can
what
you
I'm calling it
please
now.
share?
That's what you call it. Sorry,
So he says, yes, I was getting to some very interesting portions. And so he holds the book up, and you see that he's got a notebook with translations and so forth.
Oh, okay.
And he says, please, I cannot go any further without reference to one of these fezzes.
Okay.
Do you have one in your room?
I do, but
Smith says he trusts him.
Shut
I
up.
know. That's running through my head. But
How do you
still.
feel about Smith? Do you trust Smith?
Not so much. So, I have to say I've seen a lot of things
Of
with
course.
regard to these fezzes.
Yes.
And I cannot let it out of my sight.
No, I would not ask for you to do anything of the sort. You can come with me. We can go in the room together. We can, I just need to look at it. There's symbols on the fez, as you know. There are symbols
Yes.
on the fez.
That's true.
It'll be under
We need
close
to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is the only way. I'm a little worried, but at least it's not leaving my
Right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Yes.
Sphere of
Periphery.
influence.
Yeah, there you go. My sphere
There.
of influence.
Nice.
You want to call it that?
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the Fez
Yeah.
influence.
Because he.
Oh man.
The fez
Okay.
sphere. The fezosphere.
Fezosphere.
All right.
Okay, so where was I
Numbers.
keeping it? Did I keep it in a? We kept the second one in a hat box.
Yeah.
That's in her
I
room.
have that
But
one.
then the other one's
The one
In the strong
We
box.
have one.
in the strong
In a
box.
strong box, yes, not
Yeah,
in a
that's right.
doctor bag. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
so I'll
That's
I'll
right.
bring the entire strong box with me.
Yes.
Is that
Alright.
yeah? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then open it in
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
All right. So you head
Door
back.
closed.
Yes.
Door closed.
So you can't go running off. I'm still.
Yeah. Can I just see it? Yeah. Look with your eyes, not with your hands, buddy.
I will rotate it very
Yeah,
slowly
there,
and
yeah.
translate. That's it.
Yoink, sucker!
Oh,
All right.
Puts it on now.
It's happening again.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you got the door closed, locked, strongbox open. You've pulled the fez out. It's disgusting. So he's like, "Oh yes, there it is. I
What?
see it.
What?
Yes, that makes sense. Do you see this part here? And he's just kind of like going over it. I mean,
Okay.
genuinely seems like he's.
Legit expert.
Right.
Yeah.
Please roll against your power.
Ah, bloody hell. My pal's 90 there. Okay.
Oh, got
You
caught.
are here, sturdy.
Yeah.
Seen it all.
You have.
That's right.
88.
Wow.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
All right. I got an extreme success on mine.
Oh man.
So he's like, see this, and he kind of like catches your eye, and there's like these little flames inside his irises.
Oh, I knew it.
And he's looking at you, and he says, "You don't have to give it to me. In fact, I want you to put it on."
No, don't do it.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what the power roll was for. So meanwhile, back in the dining car.
Oh my gosh.
I told you.
I made it.
You still made it, but not extreme.
I know. Stupid
How much
dog.
luck do you have to use?
It's
All
not
of it?
even. Yeah. I don't.
Oh God.
You'd have to
damn.
go all the way to like 17 or something to get.
It might be
18?
worth it.
18.
Could I do that?
Would you roll an 88?
Yeah.
An 88.
70
You'd have to spend 70 points.
70 luck. How much luck do you have?
I have 85. It might be worth it.
You could spend 70.
Oh my
But it
God.
can.
I'm about to get a fez on my head.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm about to get a pheasant.
I've seen. This is like my worst nightmare.
Yes.
First of all, second of all, it's a flashback F, so. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
true.
We're all screwed anyway.
But I get the 70 luck to spend on my NPCs, so.
Well, you gotta save your character.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
It's just if it were something else, but the fez
I know.
on my head.
I know.
No.
It's like
Fez on my head.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. I'm gonna math this real
Wait,
quick.
could you
Okay.
push it?
Yeah.
Could you push it?
No.
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 It's because it was a characteristic roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
A no roll or a no roll can be a push because you're using
I understand. I understand.
anyway. Yeah, it's just raw characteristic.
43 is what I'd have
Did
to
he
spend.
say? But wait. What does the success have to be for the POW?
Oh.
It has to be 18.
18.
So you'd have to spend 70 points of luck.
70. 70.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that would be,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
down to 15. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, boom.
You are. Oh my god.
Lining it out, lining it out, lining it out.
Alright,
It's
it
just the
happens.
fez. I know, I'll jump off a train, I'll do whatever.
Exactly.
But when it comes to the fez, no.
No.
It's a no-go
No.
zone.
No.
That's a hard no.
Yep.
It's a hard no.
No fez.
No fez. All right, so yeah, so you actually start to lift it, and you're like, you know, like you kind of clear your.
Holy,
I
yeah.
was sweating.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, back in the dining car, you know, they're just clearing away the first course,
Yeah.
and Masako stands and excuses herself.
Ew.
Strike it out.
I know, we are. So we're gonna just look at each other and kind of be like, cheers.
Twinkies. All right, so Dr. Sirach, what are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah. Roll up your sleeves there.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Put up their
pretend
nukes.
I'm reaching for the fez.
Yeah.
And I'm going to clock him in the nose.
Hey.
All right.
And, yeah, and whatever happens, my second objective here is to slam the lockbox closed.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him. Yeah. Okay.
This fez is so powerful. Like, it's creeping me out.
Okay. So he's going to try and grab it away from you.
Right?
So it's going to be an opposed brawl.
Brawl?
Yep. So go ahead and roll your
A
brawl.
medical doctor cannot brawl.
All right, well.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Nope,
You have no
unarmed.
weapons? Unarmed. Wow. Oh, man.
All right. Roll it.
So,
Hey.
we know that that's where Sirach
What?
went.
What?
Do we know?
Okay.
We know where do we know where Sirach went or no?
I don't know.
No.
No, okay.
No.
I rolled like 3 times as much as my fighting ball
Oh
score
my
is.
god.
Which
Alrighty.
is 25. So that's a 76 that I rolled, and I think
That's
I
not
totally
good.
miss him.
That's a miss. All right. So you lunge at him. He sees what you're doing, and he goes under,
Yeah.
and goes under your arms and just like grabs the fez.
Oh my
Shit.
god, no.
Okay. And then for his action, he is basically going to try and push you back, and in fact, he's got build 1. What's your build?
At the bottom there.
Yeah. So you would have even had to roll with a penalty die actually on that attempt to
Wow.
sock him. And so he's just going to try and egress from the cabin, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
If you want to try and stop him, you can roll,
Yes.
but you'll be rolling with a penalty die.
Okay.
So, and it'd be brawl.
And that would be just another tense.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then you choose the worst of the two.
Oh. Doo-doo. Oh man, I would have got a 10.
Ah.
50.
What? A 50?
Yes.
A 50. Okay. And that's a fail for you, or is it a
I'm sorry.
for brawl?
Yeah, it's a.
It is a fail.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he pushes you. He basically like elbows you and then just
Yeah.
slides the door open and runs out into the hall.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
And then you see a hand dart out and like wrap around his face, and there's a cloth in it,
Yes!
and then pulls him off his feet.
Really?
Shit. Who that?
Yeah.
Who is it?
So I'm screaming, Arrête! Stop this man!
Uh
And I'm gonna run.
huh. Out into the hall.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
And I see this, and that's really confusing.
Yep. So he's struggling on the ground,
Good.
and
Fez in hand?
with Fez in hand,
Okay.
and behind him is the diminutive form of Masako,
Holy moly!
and she's got this cloth over his face,
Oh!
and then she's got a syringe in her other hand.
Yeah!
So he's starting to struggle less as the
Yeah.
chloroform takes effect.
Good.
Yeah.
And she jabs the syringe into his buttock and depresses the
Whoa.
plunger.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to try to grab the fez from him.
Easily done.
Okay, okay.
She.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Damn.
So I put the fez in my coat just to.
All right, so she straightens up and pulls a .32 revolver out of her kimono,
Oh, shit. Here we go. Yep.
and
Nobody.
Nope.
and says to you, "Do you speak German?"
No. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's see what she got here.
Does she speak French?
No, she does not. So
Latin
she
or
says,
Greek?
"Huh?" Yeah. No. So she actually says to you in English. In
Yeah.
English, which she said she didn't speak.
Right.
So she says, "I'll be taking the fez as well."
Taking the fez.
No.
I can't let it go. I'm sorry.
You're one of my father's goons.
What?
What are you talking about?
I can't let you get away with this corrupting artifact.
Corrupting artifact.
She tried.
Yeah.
Well, it
way to
is,
put it.
but you're not. Who do you work for? Like, who does she work? Like, who's her father?
So she reaches up and pulls this wig off, and you see this crop of blonde hair.
That's
Holy
the classic.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Do I recognize her? Or?
Well, now that you see the blonde hair, it could be that the young woman you saw on the
Yeah.
platform.
Oh man. How did she fit? Oh. Yeah. What's that?
Just why did she inject her?
I can't let the fez out of my hands. I'm sorry. It could end up in.
I only want what's best for my father. When we reach Budapest, I have a doctor waiting. We're going to take him back to Vienna. But you must understand that he is not the brilliant occultist you think he is.
Oh.
He is very far gone. His studies have cracked his mind.
Yeah. Well, I see that.
I think Dr. Freud can help him, but we need to get him back.
Yeah, of course it could.
I would be glad to help you, but I need to keep the fez.
Yeah.
So she takes a deep breath and says, "As long as you promise not to bother my father anymore."
Oh,
I won't. I promise.
yeah, stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so she sticks the revolver back in her kimono.
Okay. So, fez in jacket. I'm
Yep.
gonna help her move the body.
Good man.
Nice. You are a stand-up individual.
So as a doctor, you can tell he's merely been sedated.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He's
so-
still breathing.
Yep, he's fine.
Color is fine.
Yeah.
Or whatever doctors look for.
Sure. His urine tastes fine.
His
It's-
urine
yeah.
tastes amazing.
Yeah.
His urine tastes amazing.
Okay.
Oh.
You have the urine of a 25-year-old
Impressive.
who just ate asparagus. All right, so
No.
All right. We get him comfortable and tied up or something. Handcuffed.
she's gonna sit with him.
Does she have a straight jacket?
She's gonna sit with him. You're
Okay.
due in Budapest
Wow.
at 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go put the fez away.
yep.
Good.
Door triple locked if that's possible. I'm gonna come find you guys.
Yeah, so we're still just eating dinner, I guess.
Yeah.
Kicking it.
So guess what?
Yeah.
Oh, doctor, please come sit with
Yeah,
us.
all right.
In. What's happened?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Yeah, he seemed a little off.
she seemed a little not who she
Well, obviously,
appeared to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh well.
The wig snatch.
Yeah.
At least the fences and the book are safe now.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're safe too. Well done on avoiding
Where's the
that.
book?
Oh, thanks.
The book.
That was a close call.
The book would be actually in Saraf's cabin
Yeah.
because
Right.
the Baron brought it with him.
Oh, okay. We need to get the book.
So
Okay.
Hustle back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright.
secure everything.
Okay.
Lock down.
Secure. Yeah, lock that
Okay.
shit down.
Yeah, and this time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't trust anyone before, but now
Now
no
you're
one's
really-
coming near this bed.
Yeah. No,
Alright.
instincts are correct.
Now I really don't fucking trust anybody.
Yeah. All right. That was nuts.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was crazy.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we're done with dinner.
So is he? Okay. Yes.
Alright, we're done with dinner? Or?
Dessert.
Done with dinner.
Alright.
Yeah, you get some dessert. Yeah.
Yeah, and then retire, I guess.
Walk back to my cabin with my moose in my hand.
Yeah.
What a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 11 p.m. you roll into Budapest. The Baron's daughter Ilsa takes him off the carriage to awaiting
To the funny farm with you.
men in white suits.
Yeah.
Did Smith say he was funding the?
The Baron?
The Baron is
Baron?
Well, the Baron paid for your tickets,
Right,
yeah.
He gave us the money, which is a good thing he did.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird.
Yeah.
But is this what he was hoping to get out of his investment?
Yeah.
The Fez and the
You wanted to be a kingpin.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
And I wonder about Smith, if Smith was under his spell, right?
Exactly, yeah.
How deep did that go?
Exactly. Yeah, well, I think we really need to.
We're on our own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
are.
really feel like
Exactly.
we're on our own
We
to
are.
save the whole planet from these pheasants.
So you can have meals taken to your cabins if you want to just stay cabin bound for the
Yes.
remainder of the
No.
trip.
No. Come on.
She's an adventurous.
That's true. Well, maybe the doctor will.
Hey, how about we tie these pheasants up and shoot them somewhere? Is that okay? Just kidding.
Waste the ammo.
Shoot the book! Shoot the book!
Yeah, maybe the book. Maybe
The book doesn't seem that evil.
Oh, it doesn't.
Just a book,
It's
right?
Just a book.
informative.
Yeah.
It's informative.
It's informative.
All
It's
right.
good, bad, but it's not evil.
Yeah, it's good,
Yeah.
bad, but
Yes,
it's not
yes.
evil.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'll have dinners and lunch, all meals with you, Amelia, if you'll have night.
Yeah, let's play some cards and eat some sandwiches.
Okay, all
Not be a
right.
big deal.
No. And we'll check in on the doctor and make sure that he's getting
Sure
his
he's
meals.
getting enough oxygen in there.
Yeah. That he's not
Not
reading the book
surrounded.
himself and wanting to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing you don't read Persian.
No kidding.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it pulsing in the night?
Ugh. All right.
So, essentially, you guys have the train to yourselves, although you may not realize that. So, you pass day
I
3.
love it when that happens. You like run up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you pass day 3.
Go to breakfast in my towel.
Exactly. Well, you have the train to yourselves in terms of there aren't any more enemies on the train
right.
conspiring to steal fezzes or books from you.
Oh, okay.
We're getting a private ride.
No, there's still.
You're not getting a private ride.
No.
All right.
There's some kind of shenanigans going on with the Russians, but you know
Whatever.
it seems to be playing out
It's ever thus.
in its own way.
Yeah.
it's
As
ever
it
thus.
does.
And so you pass through Belgrade at 5:40 on Friday morning, then Niš at 10:57, and then Sofia 4:05
We
p.m.
don't get like see any of this stuff though. We're at an express.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, these are just like 10-minute stops. Yeah,
Brutal.
yeah. Yeah, the only extended stayover actually, or stopover is in Budapest actually. It's a 20-minute stopover.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, a whole 20.
Yeah.
Woo.
I can get off and
Go in, run
get some
a place.
cockalash or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
some crab juice. So, anyway. So, yeah, and so by Saturday morning, the train arrives in Constantinople
Here we are.
at 10:43 a.m.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, right after coffee.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you have one final breakfast service, and you get off the train.
Okay.
Wow.
So now
Jesus.
we have. I've
No
got
more
the
train
doctor
sound,
bag
no more
that
train
rocks
sound.
with the. Oh yeah.
What?
Get rid of the train sound.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. Hold on.
Film the station.
The rattling of the train is still
I'm sure.
present in your mind.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Still feel the
Oh,
motion.
wow.
All right. So you debark at the Cirkeshi station in Constantinople. This is a relatively new, actually just 3 years old, train station built as almost like a combination of a traditional European Grand Central train station and a mosque.
All right.
Wow.
So it's this kind of European Orientalist architecture.
Oh, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take a photograph.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes,
Sure.
it's quite beautiful, and just this total hustle and bustle. You're surrounded by Turks and Greeks. There are Armenians, Ukrainian and Russian Cossacks, Serbs,
Wow,
Montenegrins, Wallachians, Albanians in long white robes. There's a storyteller in the garb of a necromancer.
Awesome.
There are Catholic nuns bustling through. There's Tartars wearing their sheepskin
Yep.
vests.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yogurt.
There's a woman in like a full veil with an African slave coming up behind her. You know.
Yeah.
There's some Jewish men and women. There's Dark-skinned women from Egypt,
Wow,
Turkish-
cross section.
Turkish girls in green trousers and red vests.
I like that look.
It's a good look.
Pick that up.
It's a good look.
Some of those trousers.
Yeah. And then there's camels and donkeys and horses. There's a sedan chair kind of floating along, at one point.
We missed it.
Ox carts, carriages.
Unbelievable.
So you're just sort of drinking this all in, maybe taking some photos with your Kodak brownie.
Yep.
and two young folk, maybe late teens, approach you. It's a boy and a girl. So one of them comes up and says, "Yes, Dr. Sirach.
That's me.
Hello, I am Toprak, and this is my sister Rana. We are children of Professor Demir. We have been sent to fetch you."
Oh, okay.
They look a little strained. They look a little worried.
Yeah.
Worried?
Yeah, like they kind of want to
Okay.
move it along.
All right.
They're tough times. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So there's they have a large cab carriage waiting nearby.
Okay.
The Wagon Lee, which is the company that runs the Orient Express, people get your luggage offloaded very quickly. So within 20 minutes, you've got the cab loaded. You're all clambering in.
All right.
Someone has sold me a monkey.
Oh, no.
Someone just sold me a monkey.
All right, you've got yourself a monkey.
Oh, man. Cool.
All right, it's clambering over you.
Oh, gosh.
Cute,
Oh, it's super cute.
Oh, George.
It's super cute.
Well, except that it is wearing a little monkey-sized fez.
No,
Yes, it is.
no.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And a vest.
Yes.
Yep.
Little bow. Yes, you know the one.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, it's held on with a little elastic
Yeah.
band.
Oh,
That was really
And it knows how to like doff the fez,
Oh.
you know.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I love him so. I'll name him George.
No! Oh, no.
See how curious he is.
I'm their monkey. So I'm feeling a little woozy. Like, this is a lot for me to take in.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet.
Yeah.
You feel like you're on the underside of London, basically.
Yeah.
Like it's got that same metropolitan feel as
Yeah.
London, but everything's different
It's all
somehow.
different. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then having been on the train for so long, just feeling really queasy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not a monkey. I'm not a monkey.
All right, I won't name him George. Think of something else. I don't want to upset you.
Thank you.
Call him George. All right. All right. So you are conveyed.
In the hands of these two.
The
Yeah,
kids.
Yes, you've trustingly put yourselves into the hands of these strangers who just came up and told you that they were related to this person.
That's exactly what we did.
Yes, that's right. We've learned nothing.
Whatever.
And
The whole ride, the doctor has a white knuckle grip on the fez.
the strong box.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you got your hat box and your strong box.
Yeah.
I think I'll call him Rocky after you, Dr. Sorrel.
Oh,
Rocky.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's good.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, that doesn't
Rocky the
offend? All right.
monkey.
Yeah, that's fine. It is cute.
Yeah.
All right. So the cab conveys you to the Galata district of Constantinople. You are brought up outside of a large townhouse with a kind of a courtyard wall and a gate.
Okay. Western
You know.
style townhouse?
Like Turkish style.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is close to Western style with,
Okay.
subtle differences.
Yeah, you can tell it's a townhouse.
Exactly. So some servants come out to get your luggage,
Oh, wow.
and then you head into the
Very
courtyard.
good. Be careful with that hat box, please. Don't open it.
Yeah, that's under pain of death. Don't open that.
No tip for you.
No.
Don't open the hat box.
What?
You're entering the house.
Here we are.
Oh,
This is
okay.
great.
So,
Right.
so
For the eerie noise
Yes.
background.
So Toprak and Rana have been very quiet this whole ride. They aren't giving you like any kind of welcome to Constantinople.
Nothing like that?
No. They keep kind of exchanging worried looks, in fact.
Great. Great.
That's actually a really good sign, actually.
Good.
Because if they weren't giving us worried looks, I'd think that they were
entirely clueless about the gravity of this.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact that they're worried means something, maybe we can help. Something's gone wrong in their world, which is good for us.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
So you're met at the main door to the house by Professor Demir's wife, Celine.
How does she look?
Yeah.
Worried too?
She, well, you give me a psychology roll, actually.
Thin.
You can all make that roll if you wish.
What's her app?
What's her app? We all want to know what everybody's app is.
It's a Pendragon Legacy.
I missed by 3 points, which I might spend in luck. If
Yeah.
no one else
I don't
gets
have
it.
any psychology.
I don't either.
No. No.
I missed it by 12.
All right. I
3
was looking at
points?
3 points, taking me down to 42.
You can tell that she's much better at hiding her anxiety, but that it is there
It is there.
nonetheless.
Okay.
All right.
Like an average woman.
So she conveys you within. She she says, before I take you to my husband, I must tell you that we were attacked in the night.
Oh no.
What happened?
Well, a gang of ruffians invaded the house. And she kind of like stops, sort of tries to gather herself, and so Toprak takes over and he says, they took my youngest brother, Barlas,
Oh.
and they stabbed my father.
Oh.
No.
He is recuperating. He seems to be okay. We will take you to him now.
Okay. I'm a medical doctor. Can I look at him?
Please, yes.
Okay.
Is there any idea who took the child?
My father can
All right.
tell you.
All right.
They left a note.
Okay.
They
Of
left
course.
a note.
Of course.
Yeah. Ransom.
Good.
Whatever. Yeah.
So, you are taken through a couple rooms and into a larger parlor. There's some settees, low tables, lots of rugs, some incense is burning, and they're sort of reposing on one of the day beds.
Divans or,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Is a man in his 50s,
Okay.
a handsome, fit for his age, very tall, like 6 feet probably. But he's wearing just like silk pajama bottoms, and then he's shirtless and has a big, gauze wrap around his abdomen.
Right.
And you see just a little bit of blood has kind of seeped through,
Yeah.
like the layers of gauze.
Yeah.
But he still like insists on sitting up as you
Oh
come
my
in,
God.
and
No.
you're like, Father, no. He's like, no, it's fine, and he's
Wow.
and he says, welcome all of you to my house. And he kind of looks around. He's, Professor Smith said I should expect 4 of you.
Oh,
Well.
Well, sir.
Yeah.
Or actually 5 of you, now that I'm thinking about last
Yeah.
week. Professor Smith said I should expect 5 of you.
We had an incident on the train. We can explain later.
You don't need to explain.
Ah.
I'm sure it is the same ruffians who are responsible for this. And he kind of lightly pats his wound,
Could I take a look? I have clean bandages also.
Of course, I think it's time for them to be changed anyway.
Okay, right.
So
Who are
he
these ruffians that you speak of?
starts unwrapping it as he
We're
tells
all
you.
talking, yeah.
So he says that these ruffians are members of a cult. They are called the Children of the Blood Red Fez.
Yeah.
The monkey squeaks.
Do the monkeys have their own cult like this?
Uh-huh.
The monkey children of the blood red fez.
Same children.
Yeah.
They are a small cult, but they are growing in power. You no doubt have met Mr. Mencalf.
Well,
Yes.
Met and saw him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is merely a pawn.
Oh.
Here we go. We were just at the bottom of the
Yeah.
hierarchy.
Yes.
Uh-huh. The bottom of the Fez pyramid.
Yeah, I thought that was the top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Oh,
fool
man.
I've been.
Yeah.
He serves.
No, though.
Yeah. No.
He serves the former harem girl, Nizra, the daughter of fate, as she styles herself.
Friend of the old woman.
Prior to this, he had an alliance with a certain Salim Makriyat.
Makriyat.
We received a note after Barlas was taken, and he reaches up on a side table and pulls it off. And do any of you read Turkish?
I have a phrase book.
I'll translate for you.
Might take some time.
Yes. So they say that they will give my son back to me at midnight tomorrow night
Oh no.
in exchange for the following items: two fezzes,
Fezzes, yep.
2 fezzes,
And
the Book of the Whispering Fez, and your departure from Constantinople.
Yep.
So he looks at you. Do you have this book they mention?
Oh, this is awkward.
Do you have the book, Doctor?
It's in my it's my bag, my medical bag, that I actually had to push the book out of the way so I could get to the
Oh,
so that I could wrap it.
Say no now.
Yeah. Oh, look, there it is.
Yeah,
Yoink.
exactly. That, it was right there.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's awkward.
Yeah.
So,
But we got what we wanted from the book, but still we can't just let it out of our hands.
Doctor, when you're changing, could you take a very good look at that stab wound? Make sure he's going to be okay.
yep.
Okay.
You can give me a medicine roll.
Ah, yeah. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, no, it's not a hard success.
But
I have a
success.
70. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Okay, great.
You can see that it's clearly a knife wound.
Yeah.
It's been stitched well,
Who did that?
not by a professional.
Okay, all right.
Ah.
It's kind of a field dressing.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it didn't go in too far. He's got good abs, good abdominals. So it didn't penetrate the muscle too deeply.
Right.
I see. Okay.
And yeah, the stitching looks good enough. It's not so bad that you feel like you have to
Redo it.
redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll take a couple weeks before he's even able to really leave the house. But
Yeah. Okay. So change bandages, make sure it's clean.
No sign of infection or poison on it?
no, it's not infected.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So far.
Sorry, as of now. So do you hand him the book?
No. Could we have a moment? Possibly.
Of course.
Yes, we've come a long way. I need to freshen up for just a moment.
Yes, please. And he kind of indicates a side room
Okay, so we go.
where a servant is actually bringing in like a silver tea service.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
All
I'm going
right.
to take George aside and I say, George,
Well,
how do we know he didn't stab himself?
Oh.
that's the point. That is. That's a really good question. So, well, what do you think of that dog? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I cannot let the pheasant out of my hands.
It's too dangerous.
No. And if we hand over the book, it's gonna whatever this is,
Yeah.
it's just going to be magnified. I feel terrible for the son, but we just
I know.
Who knows? How do we know there was a son?
yeah, that's true.
I believe that the family would. I think the family.
You think?
I think what's more possible is the fact that you're saying that he is part of this cult
It's a
and
possibility.
that he
Yeah.
may have had someone's inflicted the wound on him, and the child is in danger, but he's willing to sacrifice his child for this cult.
Could,
Yeah.
could.
So I think that's the stronger point of the two.
But whether that's true or not,
We don't know.
we're not
Regardless,
getting
no.
out of this house,
No,
right?
we can't.
I think
No.
we should leave right now.
How? I have
know,
a
I don't
feeling
know what to do.
he's not going to let us out.
We're
Yeah.
And we have all our baggage
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I guess
The
you're right.
fences are in the house.
Do we have any? They are.
Yeah.
Do we have any?
Fez is calling from inside the house.
It's like, yeah, the suitcase is like knocking around.
Well, I'll say that the room you're in is actually more like a screened veranda. There's like heavy wood
Yeah.
screens.
Not walls.
Not walls, exactly. Separating this veranda from a garden. So you could
Yes.
slide a screen aside, just whoop, out into the garden, and then,
Shit,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We can't let Florida out of here.
I'm just thinking
Okay.
if we leave a decoy.
So now is not a good time, but it is an option.
It is. I mean, if we leave a decoy and just say, yeah, these are the fezzes and this is the book, he won't know the difference.
Oh, yes, that's perfect.
And then they can just give it to them, hand the kid over, and that'll be that.
That'll be enough.
Maybe.
Okay, well, how much does he know? Because
We don't know.
it'd be really hard to find a fez that is greasy and has the characters on it.
We can get a
You can find anything in the City of Wonders.
Yeah.
We'll just make it oily ourselves through our own means.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
make some fakes.
Just have George wear it for 20 minutes. It'll get nice and oily.
Yeah. But if we don't escape now, I just want to say we may not get a chance. Like
Yeah.
if you.
Yeah, so we should just leave.
Oh, we got
We'll be on the run.
it. Play along.
We can just get on the next train.
Yeah, we could. That's the way you would do it, right, George?
Just leave.
Just skedaddle.
Or,
Or should we stay and have dinner and then skedaddle? Have some nice orange chicken and then skedaddle.
I just. So does he seem like he has? He clearly has servants.
Right.
Would he have a number of people who could hold us here? Do you think?
Servants.
Yeah, just even the servants probably.
There's
could.
always a big manservant barefooted walking around.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't trust anyone anymore.
No, I know.
I really.
Right.
We're
Yeah, go with your
toast.
instincts.
If we're looking at the options here,
Right.
I just can't imagine that he's going to let us leave. If the story is true that
The
he's
story's
telling,
true.
he can't let us
He
leave.
can't let us leave.
No.
If it's
Even if it's fake.
false, then we're even worse. We're even further up the
still,
creek.
yeah, he
Exactly.
still won't let us leave.
We're out of here.
regardless.
We gotta run.
We gotta get out of here and get back to the
back.
train.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so awkward. This is the most awkward thing I've ever done.
I know.
Not all the time. You're always running out the back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So I got my doctor bag, my
Yep.
lockbox,
Yeah.
hat box.
Yep.
We're out of here.
Okay.
Try to
Booking it,
escape.
booking it.
Okay.
This is so awkward. But I don't see how
Yeah.
else you can.
It's awkward regardless.
Yeah.
All right. So you slide the screen aside. You head out into this back garden.
Is it walled?
Yes.
There's a wall, but there's a back gate.
It's kind of like
Yeah. Yeah, there's a back gate.
Santa
Do we
Fe.
hear barking?
No?
Oh, okay.
Just not like Santa Fe. Okay.
Yes. You open the back gate. It's latched from the inside, but
Okay.
easy enough to open. You come out onto a little cobblestone side street.
Yeah.
It's very quiet.
Get back to the train station.
I don't
We'll just start walking.
Yeah.
Start walking
Okay.
towards the main road.
All right. So you shut the gate behind you and start walking.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yep.
All right. So takes you about 45 minutes, but you
Yeah.
make it back to the train station.
Whoa.
Great.
Oh, that's
Okay.
it?
Yeah. The monkey led the way. The monkey knew.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
Rocky knew.
The monkey knew.
Pointing which way to go.
Yeah.
So do we get our tickets in order and?
Well, you can get a ticket. You can get a ticket for a local service if you want to get out of here today. The next Orient Express ticket would be on Monday, and you'd have to drum up the money for it. Although I suppose Amelia would probably
I've
be.
got a 45 credit rating.
good for it.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, we should take a local train. and
Let's take a
start
local
to
train.
Get the hell out
The
of here.
Scarboroughs, George.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you grab a train ticket to Sofia.
Perfect. We can finally see it.
Yeah.
That's my main agenda here is
Yes.
to.
I actually want to see.
different amazing capitals and
Yeah.
cities and things. Okay.
All right. So
So off we go.
you wait until 3 p.m. and you
Yep.
get on the train.
Really?
Yep.
What in the fuck?
I know. This is awesome. We're so off the rails.
I know. I'm
I know.
I'm scared. Okay.
And there's no one following us? There's no...
No.
And we gotta be. Are we done? We kill the adventure. We kill the adventure.
The train departs the station.
And that's it.
Well, according to according to Professor Demir, this exchange for his son was supposed to happen on Sunday at midnight. So
Right.
it is Saturday afternoon.
Uh huh.
So you ride the train. Let's see how long it's going to be.
Okay.
Yes. Well, that's happening.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
what's the point. I
So
don't even know
remember
what we're
at
doing.
the we were discussing in the tea room
Yes.
making fakes.
That's right. That was a good plan.
We could still do that.
Yes, I think that's a solid plan.
If we could find a place to put these fezzes.
Right.
That's
We need
safe.
a locker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something where we know they'll be safe, and maybe we could make the exchange anyway.
Yes.
With fake
With the fake
fezzes.
fez.
Yeah.
Yeah. And book.
And book.
And we'll find a,
Any old book will do.
Similar book.
Okay, yeah.
Just a
A
red
red book.
yeah, about pheasants.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Right?
it just can be just a red book.
Yeah.
You can scratch out the titles and everything. I would buy us a
Right.
second too.
Yeah.
Or just find an old book and then just get another fez and just recover it.
Yeah, with felts.
Yeah,
And the black
yeah,
castle.
yeah,
What do you
sure.
think? I don't know.
Let's
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
try
that.
it. Let's
Yeah.
use our art.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's about a 6.5-hour journey to Sofia. So you get there a little after 9
Okay.
in the evening.
All right.
So now what?
On Saturday?
Saturday night.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the bazaar and like
Yeah.
find
Let's go to the soup.
books and
Pens.
fezes and things. Yeah.
All right, who has the worst luck?
Where's the purveyor?
Uh,
We got like a couple of.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, I'm at 15.
Please make a luck roll.
No?
I missed
Yeah.
that by quite a bit.
So we don't.
So you can't find any fezes,
Really?
and the best book you can find is like doesn't look it's a
No.
red book. That's about it. It doesn't look a bit like the Whispering Fez.
Why are we trying to do this? We might as well just like head back. We just need to get the hell out of here, out of this country. Just
Okay.
move it.
Okay. And not let these fezes out of our
if we
hands.
decided to let this kid die,
We did.
then
Which we did.
We need to commit to it and just leave. That's what I think.
All right.
No, doctor feels terrible, but
Oh.
Doctor feels
we just
bad.
can't let the fezes out of our hands.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What's worse?
Whether
Yeah.
you have to weigh
Yeah.
Yeah,
the cost.
yeah. We saw the effects of this. It's just
It's
there's
horrific.
no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pick up some other train tickets and kind of make your way back across Europe.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive back in London.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Dr. Smith's house, right? I mean,
Dr. Smith's house. Yep. And
Did I make Rocky make it through customs?
yes.
oh, sweet.
And so
A lot of that.
back
Oh,
to
man.
back to Padma reading this diary. And the final part of this diary is a sad note from Dr. Smith about how his good friends, Dr. Sirach, George Banks, and Amelia
Yeah,
Merriweather
Meadowcroft.
all disappeared over the course of the following 2 weeks after their return to London, never to be seen again.
No.
Oh man.
Yes, indeed. And the power, the cult of the blood red fez grows.
It does.
Oh, yes.
So and we were absorbed into it somehow. Maybe?
Yes, you were.
Okay. Proximity to the fezes.
Yep. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, the cult has just found you, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was the kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Would we have even had a chance if we had given them everything?
Of course.
What?
Professor, not the cultists, but the professor wasn't a cultist. He could have translated the Book of the Whispering Fez for you,
And not
given you the you were on the right track. There's a spell that if you become the master Fez controller, you can destroy all the other Fezes.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what all the hieroglyphics in the back of the book were.
That's such a huge risk, though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I would have.
You would have?
Oh, cool.
But it disappeared anyway.
Yes, you did.
Oh well.
So on that uplifting note,
Thanks for
Oh.
that.
I liked it. I liked it kind of thing.
Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, that was.
I hate to feel that I'm being pushed by events. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that wild feeling when we were doing something different. Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, and really following the character.
Yeah. Like,
You know,
Yeah,
I'm really
no,
thinking of what
yeah.
the doctor would have
Yeah.
done.
No, it wasn't an unreasonable decision that you made. I mean, I don't blame you guys.
No, it was completely in line with everything that we
Yeah,
did
you
so
you know
far.
you had to make a decision whether you're going to trust.
there was
Seen
no
and
one. There was
experienced
no
and-
one
yeah.
we were supposed to meet up with who was
No.
at all reliable.
Yeah. Yeah.
until I mean, yeah, they were throwing us a lot of things, so it was natural for us to be wary of this guy.
I think the fact that he's wounded is supposed to like communicate to you that he's trustworthy, but you know, you came up with the gloss that he might have wounded himself
Absolutely.
because you got into paranoid
See him
town.
do crazy shit anyway.
That's
So
nothing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may have if he was deep into the cult, and I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And you don't have to be wearing fez to be in the cult.
that's right.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah. So
That was exciting.
anyway,
Yeah.
Wildly exciting.
Yeah.
I like that it ended in doom too.
Yeah.
This gets so real.
Yeah.
Don't you like
No.
read journals and I was like, oh shit.
oh crap. Yeah. No, it totally makes sense.
Well, it even said that like that particular part of the diary was you know written almost illegibly as if
Yeah.
Professor Smith was upset by the events that
Right.
occurred.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
It was really spidery handwriting.
yeah.
It did not go well.
So that fits.
Yeah, it does.
It
Adds a nice, like,
Yeah. Patina.
It's a piquant aftertaste.
I like the Dean.
Wow. Well,
For the next
very
time.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing is that like part of the reason for these flashback episodes is to have foreshadowing. And so there were a couple things that hadn't happened yet
Oh,
that would have
that would
foreshadowed
foreshadow.
later stuff that you didn't get
now
to.
How do,
Okay.
Is there any way to salvage that material?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because you're not meant to get everything. So
Right.
it's okay.
Right,
Yeah, but it
exactly.
sounds like we missed a huge chunk, and that's bothering me right now.
Well, you know, you missed Act 3. There you go.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Hey, but we ended right on time, so we didn't have to go late.
The doctor. I don't know.
No, it's based on everything that happened, based on the experiences. It totally makes sense.
Sand is really high for the end of this game.
He had like a POW of 90. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, this is the real sturdy person. But no,
The Baron had a POW of 105, by the way, when you were matching.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's in line with everything that we saw, experienced. I mean, it makes total sense. Like,
Yeah.
it does make sense, and that's one way that it could go. And
Yeah, absolutely.
that's totally fine, but I'm just like, no.
And I mean, honestly, like if this campaign, God forbid, ever had like a total TPK where there was
Yeah.
no possible way you could like justify bringing more people on, I'd say, okay, that's the end of the adventure.
Right.
Even if we still had like 40% of the adventure to go, I'm not gonna like force. It's like suddenly a bunch like 5 strangers show up and be like, let's keep on the trail of the Sedef cause simulacrum, you know. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just that's Call of Cthulhu, baby.
It's the show.
That's the show.
All right
Anyway.
then.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Well, so next week we will be back with our regular characters in the regular timeline.
Okay.
We'll be arriving avec Paris, and yeah, it'll be good times.
Okay.
Well, it'll be something.
Yeah.
It should be good times.
Should be.
Well, you bring your own good time.
yeah.
It's a
You
good
have to bring your
chapter,
own
in my
good-
opinion.
I'm
It's
sure
one of my
it'll be
favorite
good.
chapters
I'm
of
sure
the
it'll be
campaign.
good.
So
And what happened to Rocky? Did he end up in the cult too?
Oh,
He was always in the
He was
cult.
he was the cult. Yeah, of course. It's the Raiders shit, you know. Yeah.
monkey.
He belonged to the dude with the eye patch on the motorcycle.
Oh.
Yeah. He was a deep fifth columnist.
I think that was an accident.
Nope.